Do you have a lawyer right now?
No.
Alright, I'm gonna go over just the COVID stuff. You know, they're gonna want to know that. So, have you traveled from or through any of the locations identified by the CDC as increasing epidemiological risk within the last 14 days? No. Have you had any close contact with anyone diagnosed with COVID-19 within the last 14 days?
No, sir.
No? Okay. You don't have a fever, cough, or shortness of breath?
Mm.
Okay. Okay.
Table in this room. It's in the wrong spot at all times.
I know, it's kind of awkward. Hey.
Doesn't make it easy for us to sit and talk.
Sorry. Alright, Daniel. Daniel, do you go by Daniel, DJ, or what do you prefer?
I guess Danny.
Danny? Okay. So just so you know, my name is Enrique Armenta. I'm a special agent with the FBI. Okay?
My name's Agent Elias, also special agent.
You seem to have a pretty good idea while we're here, right? You need some tissue or something, just let me know. Okay, we can grab you something.
No sense of crying. I can't be crying what I did. I don't know what's wrong with me.
So what I wanted to do is kind of just explain what's happening. And then I want to give you an opportunity to kind of help us understand, you know, what happened from your perspective, okay? I want to give you that opportunity. That's why we're here. I wanted to take you away from this morning and that kind of hectic chaos and just give you a moment, take a breath, all right? I feel like you kind of want to talk about it. I feel like you kind of want to get it off your chest.
I'm so weak, I'm crying.
It's okay, man. It's okay.
Oh my God. I shouldn't be crying. I'm a grown man and I knew what I was doing. Whatever happens to me is going to have to happen to me because
Look, Enrique and I interview a lot of people. We talk to a lot of people who have been in the same situation you've been in. There's no shame in crying. There's no shame in you having a tough time with processing it. It's understandable. You're in an important position right now. You know, I mean, you've said it yourself. The last couple of months have been really hard, right? It's been difficult.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity here for you to let us know and help us understand, because right now we don't frankly understand exactly what happened from your perspective. And I think that there's an opportunity here for us to get clarity on what went down and what you see happen. But
if I do that, I don't think it's gonna reduce my sentence or something.
Well, let us read you some paperwork here, and then we can talk about how you might be able to help yourself out of your situation. Okay?
I'm going to read this to you.
Just excuse one more time.
Yeah. Let me know if you understand everything, and then if you have any questions, you know. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions. You have the right to have a lawyer with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning if you wish. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you have the right to stop answering at any time. Okay? Do you understand those rights? Okay. You sign right here, and you can read them too to yourself as well, and just acknowledge that you understand them.
I want to talk to you guys, and in the past, lawyers have always told me, you don't say anything. We're not gonna help you.
Well, look, by signing this, you're just acknowledging that you read your rights and that you're willing to talk to us at this time. Just because you signed it doesn't mean any of these rights go away. These rights are always with you throughout the entire process that you're in the legal system, okay? Does that make sense?
And you have the right, if I ask a question or something makes you uncomfortable, just to let me know. Okay? But just like my colleague was saying here, our goal today is just kind of to get an understanding of what happened, right? Because DC kind of has their version of what happened and kind of how they see things, and now it's your opportunity to let us know, what really happened. Because I got to be honest with you, like they gave me this case, right? And they were like, this guy assaulted a police officer, so I was like, okay, let me look into this, see what we got here, what's going on, just so, prepared, for the interview and everything. And I started like finding these videos on YouTube of these guys posting Armin Rez, We Are LA, Weber's Way. Are you familiar with those? Those guys, those YouTube videos of all the protests and rallies in LA, right? And I was like, oh, what's going on here? And I was like, oh, dang, there's Danny. There's DJ.
Where'd you see me?
I think there was one in Huntington Beach. There was another one in Hollywood.
No, but you saw me in an interview or just in the background?
In an interview, and then at the protests, right? They were at Back the Blue rallies, and they were, at these rallies that were like for conservative values, American conservative values. They were like, and at that point. And at that point, man, like I was thinking to myself, because I thought I had an understanding of what was going on, right? They said, oh, this guy's, assaulted a police officer. But then I saw you, there was, I think it was Hollywood, there were police there standing, right? They were just maintaining the peace, and there was this Antifa guy dressed in all black, and he was just agitating him and just kind of like as if he wanted them to do something.
Yeah.
Right? Like
yeah.
he was instigating.
He's making them look bad so that the cops can do something,
right.
And then give you all film, and the cops are abusing you now. And
Exactly. And then I see you like intervening, and you were like, hey, dude, chill out. Like we're here we're protesting. Like you need to calm down. It's not about that. It's not about, that violence and that anger, because he was riled up. He was super riled up, and you were pretty calm for the situation, you know, and the officer was calm. He didn't do anything. I was kind of surprised at his restraint, you know, but just kind of seeing that.
I'm not even sure what video you're talking about. Was it with the wheelchair guy?
It wasn't that. I don't know if it was that same day.
You know the wheelchair guy?
Yeah, I do. I saw that one. Yeah.
So the police they made a line in the intersection, and he goes with his wheelchair, and he grows up to them, and he has a camera, and he just starts like sticking it like this, like in like the cop's face, and that's when I first started going to the rallies. I was still pretty new at that time. I didn't know anybody, and I grabbed his wheelchair and I pulled him back like 6 or 8 feet. And the cops saw me. I did it right in front of them. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You know?
Yeah.
And ever since then, they've, you know, because like how we met that guy in the wheelchair was he was coming across the intersection. Before that, the police started their line right there. He was coming over the intersection and on the crosswalk, and he was acting like a victim, like you know, like, hey, are you okay? You need help? And then like he had a bunch of attitude and didn't like us, and like there were some other people around it that were just like, oh fuck him, or oh he's, you know, and like so like he was not with us. He was there like against us, and then like we're like
an agitator.
Yeah, and then I don't know what happened after. This was a while back. This was a long time ago. And then like whatever happened, then like it started getting more intense, and the cops came and did their like line. I think there was only like 8. There were like 8 BLM guys that day, and or Antifa guys or whatever. And they came because I guess a week or 2 before that there was a big fight. And I wasn't there. I didn't go to the rallies yet. There was a fight. There was something called like the Unity Bridge, and there was like this guy named Ricky Rebel, like some gay guy, and he was all singing like MAGA, like it was all like a celebration and festival, and I guess like a big fight broke out. So I didn't know about that fight, but I found out from Armin Rez videos that they're rallying there in Beverly Hills. So I'm like, oh, I see this. Let me go down there. So that was the first time I went down there, and they had come back, these 8 guys or whatever, and you know they're all angry, and they're like in like helmets and like goggles, and we're just in regular clothes, and I'm like, hey, what's going on with you guys? And they're all angry, and I started trying to talk to them and like find some common ground, and then that wheelchair guy came, and he like wanted to link up with them, like they're like 6 or 7, 8 black guys, and like you know he's all like, hey, what's up? I seen him, you know, he's a wheelchair. Hey, what's up, guys? Fuck these guys. The cool guys are here. Like that's what he told them, I think. He's like, oh, the cool guys are here. Yeah, fuck these guys. I don't know. So I told him, I'm like, why don't you suck his dick? And like, you know, I know you guys have seen those videos. That they've all been sent to me. I'm like, you know, you're like, oh, you're right there by his dick. Suck it. Pull your mask down. Suck it. So after that, like, that guy just went after me and hated me, and so that's how that happened. So he was aligned with Antifa, BLM, and then they started, like, okay, this guy with the glasses, take his pictures, you know, he's no good. So that's how I got on their radar.
Oh, I got it. So then
we all got on their radar somehow or some way. What they would do is they would come to the rallies, and they would take pictures of us, and just consistently getting intel on us. Following you to your car, or trying to dox you on social media, your license plate, where you work, your name, your address, whatever. You know, a lot of people I know, you know, they've had that happen to them, and have people come to their house. And one guy got jumped, and some guy named Lewis, he was former Antifa, and then he like saw what was going on, and like, this is not what I want to be a part of, and he came to the Trump side. And they jumped him. They really messed him up. He's all scarred. He's got still scars to this day. And
yeah, Danny, I think what my partner was about to say.
Sorry,
no, it's
all right.
Why don't you finish that thought, because that was a good thought you had.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate the story, because just like what you're saying, it gives context to those things, that because you're right. I did
You saw the wheelchair.
I saw the wheelchair, but it was only a snippet of it, right? It was only like we don't have the whole story, right? That's a big thing with the media and everything. You take little things and so what I'm trying to say is
my best friend, he had a brother that was in a wheelchair and took so much advantage of it, and I like kind of just like, if you're in a wheelchair, okay, like you said, like if you're respectful, polite, or but this guy was like victimizing himself, like I'm a victim. So I was like, oh, you're not gonna do that with me. I'm gonna treat you like normal.
Yeah.
But he didn't like that, so that's why they came after him, I guess.
And that's what I'm saying is when I started watching these videos of you and getting the whole picture of actually who Danny is, you know, I saw that there's like two sides to you. You know, there was this side that kind of DC had, you know, portrayed and showed, you know, and that this is your guy, this is what he did. But then I started looking in, like I said, and I saw this Danny who stood in between this angry guy and a law enforcement officer, just in a t-shirt and his red hat. You know, he wasn't the one with a gun and a baton and handcuffs. You didn't have anything, and you stood in between to protect this trained law enforcement officer, right? Yeah. And even to say something, because like, what person nowadays would even say something, right? So many people just ignore, look the other way when they see, you know, like these wrongdoings, right?
Yeah.
But you actually had the guts to say something to that guy and to put yourself, you know, in that position, in that uncomfortable position.
Did you see the day that they all came, like 200 of them, and I stood in the street?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You saw that?
Mm-hmm. And so I think that's kind of what I'm trying to like understand.
I don't know what happened either.
Is I want to know that Danny though. I want to know that Danny that, you know, that kind of intervened in that situation, and I want to know how that Danny got to January 6th.
Your story is an important story.
I just think that I don't want to seem crazy or like a conspiracy theorist, because you guys it's gonna come out and I'm gonna get locked up because like I believe this and it's gonna put me in jail.
Well, look, we've done this for a long time. We've talked to, like I told you, we talked to a lot of people, and a lot of people are worried about being judged when they talk to law enforcement, that we're gonna have an opinion. And I'm telling you right now, we don't hold judgment over you.
It's gonna be the jury and the judge. And
no,
it's gonna be a
but
DC
like
judge.
even as a fellow human being, right? That's what we're telling you. We're looking at you today as a fellow human, as a fellow citizen of this country, as somebody who has lived here and put in investment into this country of your work, and you grew up here. And look,
I don't have any loyalty to any other country, just America, and this is all I know, and this is all I want, and I don't care about any other part of the world except for our team.
So how did the Danny that stood on the line in between law enforcement and Antifa BLM, how did you get to that point? What happened in your life? Like, how did you start going to these rallies?
Infowars.
And just
Infowars? So like Alex Jones stuff? Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's been around a long time. I know lots of people listen to Alex Jones. Alex Jones has some good information. He's got out there information.
I just wanted to I tried to join the army when Trump became president, and I was already 35.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I have like a bad, history of getting arrested with tickets and stuff, right? You saw my record.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't take me. And I just thought that I could still contribute by, I didn't take an oath, but I could still, stand up for those same things on my own. You know, I don't gotta get a paycheck. I could still be do those things. And I wanted to go to the rallies to make and there's too much enemy out there, and I wanted to bring them over to our side. When I say our side, I still feel like I'm on your side. Like we're on the same side, even though you're
like you said, the patriot side, right? Like you're.
I don't. It was so fast. I was a good guy, and then instantly I became a bad guy.
Well, tell me about that, Danny, because you said wars and.
I just saw that there's people that have taken over this country from inside. Globalists and unelected officials, elitists. You know, people who are obsessed with power and control, and you know, a lot of the if you go to LA, you see homeless people, and then you see a Ferrari or Rolls Royce drive by them. I think this is awful that it's so lopsided, and you know, I just like the system. Something's wrong, and the politicians are. You go to Garcetti's house. His house is 2 blocks. Gavin Newsom, Pelosi's nephew. His winery is not being shut down. His Plump Jack, whatever. You know, they're all making money. They're all not being affected, and they almost brag about it. And
well, there's still like homeless camps all over LA, and I was actually in LA not too long ago, and it seems like every time I go back there, there's more and more homeless. And just like you said, there's like a Ferrari or a mansion 2 blocks away, and there's just people struggling. And there's other people, like regular folks, like you, who are like, you know, buying a house, helping your mom buy a house in Fontana, you know, and it's even that's hard, right? Like,
no, that's true. We lost the house. That cheap house out way in the middle of Fontana. I just couldn't even do that.
It's ridiculous that the housing prices here now.
But I just thought that you know, they lied all about Trump, saying that he's a bad guy, he's a racist, and a horrible president, and all this. So no matter what they did to defeat him, it was justified. Cheat, lie, steal, whatever. Trump is orange man bad, and all that, right? So we saw that Joe Biden doesn't have a lot of support. He didn't rally. He didn't have people going to his rallies, and yet it was a landslide victory for him. And it just, you know, it doesn't take. You don't have to be that bright to see that it was something wasn't right, and it was rigged, and there's all these people saying stop the steal. And
so when did you started going to the rallies? Like when?
I think in August.
And is that the same time when you started following InfoWars, or was it InfoWars was before that?
No, I've been following InfoWars for 2008, 2009. Maybe.
Oh, okay, so a long time, right? Yeah, like, yeah, because.
But he's the one who Alex Jones and InfoWars were the ones who kind of put it out there, you know, that there's other news that's not on the TV that they don't want you to show. You know, there's a half hour of news, and they got to put weather and sports in there. They don't tell you what happened in a day, or you know, they don't tell you a lot of things. So I was just trying to seek information, is what it was. I was trying to find the truth and answers, and when I thought I found the truth and answers, I thought it was up to me to. I don't know. It's like when you like. There's a saying like to know better, knowing better, to know better is to do better, you know. So it's like, okay, I know what's going on, and I have friends that aren't going to the rallies. They like Trump, but they're not involved. I have, you know, my mom. She supports Trump, but she's not getting anybody on his side. She's not arguing about him. I'm like, well, I can do this. I can go talk to people and try to bring them, like, educate them, and. You know, because they really are. They're killing Trump supporters. They're shooting them in the head and beating them up, and in school and the public, everything, right? So it's like I kept thinking that we're gonna go to like a civil war, and it's gonna go hot, and it's all gonna, you know, I don't know. I didn't know. We didn't. Nobody knew. So we just thought that it was gonna. We were preparing for the. We're trying to save the country. We thought we were saving the country. I thought I was helping to save the country.
So you started going to the rallies in August of 2020, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And those were all the Trump rallies in like Huntington Beach, like Enrique was saying, or
I would go regularly to the Beverly Hills rallies. Okay. And I went to some Huntington Beach rallies, and then I would do some like Garcetti's house or wherever I don't know. It was whatever. Somebody made a flyer, and then we would go out and get a flyer, and then we'd go.
What would you?
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Who would you usually go with?
I would just go by myself, really.
Is that how you got into it? You
think
just saw a
everybody-
flyer?
I think everybody. Well, I saw it on Arm and Reds.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like on Facebook,
Okay.
and then I just by accident got like a recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
I had been to that park years ago when Trump came to town in 2016, and in that park in Beverly Hills called Beverly Gardens, it was a Trump protest. There was 1,000 anti-Trump people there, and I showed up. There was like 4, 5, 6 of us that were for Trump. So that park wasn't new to me. I actually went there and I argued with 200-300 people there for 8.5 hours, 9 hours without water or food, and I just annihilated every single one of them. I just beat everyone. 200-300 people arguing against Trump, and they didn't have anything. And I thought that was like one of my greatest days in my life, and I thought it was something that I needed to be doing. I had a lot of answers and information, and I was, because like I said, I really thought that it was gonna be like, a lot of us thought that it was gonna be like a civil war, like there was gonna be straight on like the original Civil War, almost, like brothers and sisters and fathers, and everyone's fighting each other, right? So, in my mind, I felt that the more people before it gets to that point, the more people I can educate or bring over or just make them neutral or see that, I'm a Trump supporter and they're lying about us, and, talk to me or something. I was just trying to make it better in any way I could. One person at a time, and that's why I would go to the rallies and I would try to find the most angry person or the most the biggest troublemaker or whoever, from the whatever, and I would try to talk to them or find some common ground. And that's essentially what I was just trying to do, is just trying to essentially campaign. I was just campaigning at rallies and on my own, and really that's how everybody just showed up at those rallies by themselves, and we all just started talking to each other every now and then.
You had that one thing to bring you together. And
Yeah.
When did you become convinced that there was going to be a civil war?
Well, it was always looming in the back of our minds, because it almost happened with Hillary and Trump, because we felt Hillary. See, the Trump movement happened then with Hillary in 2015, 2016, and everything. So we all thought that there was going to be civil war then. We all didn't trust Obama. We're learning about Jade Helm and the FEMA camps. Why are they ordering all these body bags, and what's all this military movement, and these plastic coffins, and there's just hundreds of thousands, So it started triggering reactions in my mind that this country is. That's how Rome fell. Rome fell from within, right?
Sure.
It was. So it's now the people in America it's being infiltrated, and they're taking it down from within.
So Trump became president,
Trump became president.
And you wanted to join the army in response to him
Yeah.
like, becoming president?
I actually did, yeah.
That's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I actually went to go to the recruiting office and try to join. And at that time, Trump was still seen as like not a good person. Like it,
Right.
well, it was in the very beginning, and I went in there with my I volunteered for Trump. I did door to door and everything. I went there to the recruiting office with my Trump shirt, and I got some weird looks, and I was like, man, you guys are not for Trump here. Like I don't get it. But they just didn't follow politics.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's super noble that you feel so compelled to volunteer for the army because you know that you're motivated because the president was elected.
Kind of inspired you, right?
yeah. So what's the question?
Yeah. So I guess what I was going to ask you is, you know, at some point you thought there'd be a civil war. Did that become more real to you in 2020?
Well, when they said that Joe Biden won the election, and I saw a lot of video footage of them like stealing, like
The
pulling
suitcases underneath the table and all that?
Yeah, and there was postal workers giving testimony about, you know, this, my supervisor told me this, and this is not normal, and all these ballots and this and that. So we knew that our system was not. There's no point in voting anymore. That it's over. That what made this country great, and you vote and you elect your president. We can't even do that anymore. Like they saw that. I think my beliefs are that an overwhelming number of people came out to vote for Trump, and he actually did win that election, the popular vote and the electoral vote.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they saw that he was just so popular, and he's not going to lose his re-election because the economy is so strong. Then they brought up the virus, and I think the virus was meant more to kill the economy than to kill people. It was really hurting his reputation, you know, because he has a ego and a big reputation for being a businessman and all that, and then they just want to blame him for it. Anyways, they made sure that the election was lost, and there's no point in voting anymore. So it's like, I'm thinking they're gonna come around, like, yeah, they're gonna come around us out.
Mm-hmm.
The Trump supporters?
Yeah, we always felt that the Trump supporters were to get rounded up, even when it was Hillary.
Sure.
I mean, I'm thinking right now, like, that's kind of a scary thought, right? To, like, feel like you're going to be rounded up for what you believe.
It's reality.
You know? Yeah, that's scary, right? What'd you guys do to kind of prepare for that? Or, like, because if it was me, I wouldn't just let that happen, right?
What do you mean?
Like, you know, if you feel like you're going to be rounded up for what you believe, you know, what did you do to kind of defend yourself?
Well, there's not much I could have done. I mean, I'm not financially stable that I couldn't be home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have anywhere to go. So you're saying, like, I could have been homeless and been living in a tent or something. You guys wouldn't have found me.
Well, did you bond together with any of the other Trump supporters to try to figure out, like, how you're gonna make a game plan, or?
I was afraid of everybody. No, I didn't talk. I really didn't want to tell anybody anything about what happened.
Because when I think about, like, defending yourself, because I know you were...
Did I plan with somebody else to do something? No. Did we make plans? Did we organize? And no. It was all by, like...
Well, I'm asking about, because you were attacked, right? At a protest? Antifa folks that attacked you? Was it, like, in Beverly Hills or something like that?
I mean... What do you mean attacked?
Like, they fought you, assaulted.
No.
Is that never happened?
I don't think so.
Did that happen to people you know?
I think you're talking about something else. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm just asking because I know there have been clashes with Antifa and some conservatives at protests. You know, just kind of like the example I gave earlier. and some of them have been violent, like Antifa has been violent. Like, would you not agree?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna incriminate anyone that I know that's on my side.
I'm not asking you to incriminate anyone. I'm just saying, have you seen Antifa be violent in protests? You have, right? So I'm just concerned, like, if I see that, then I'm gonna prepare myself for that situation.
No, I didn't. Did I buy any body armor or anything? No. Helmets or no, because I felt my words. I felt it. This might sound weird to you guys, but I would pray to God to give me the words and the wisdom and to direct me to the right path and to protect me and to help to give me the words to help other people and to open their eyes. And I felt like I didn't need to be I never every single time I faced Antifa or BLM, I never once had any feeling ever of like fighting them or being aggressive or angry or stabbing someone or anything like that. I saw them as just confused or brainwashed or manipulated or stupid or something that I just needed to talk to them and try to get to them, and it was never physical.
They never tried to assault you or to hurt you?
They did. They tried to antagonize me and, like slap me or try to steal my hat or something like that, or push me or threaten me or posture up to me or whatever, but I'm not
How'd that make you feel? Like, because you can only
it made me feel like I was doing something good. It made me feel like I was doing the right thing. For the bad people to be against me, I felt that was great.
Okay.
I felt that.
That makes sense.
When the enemy is after you and they don't like you, you're doing something right.
Right.
Danny, I got to tell you that your story's kind of similar to actually some, with the exception of you, where you're at presently today. I have some friends who felt very similar to you. They felt like the 2020 election was stolen. They felt like Trump had won and won righteously, and that it was just a matter of time before that would be found out, or the government that took over post-Trump would round people up.
Yeah, that's.
And in response to that,
talking about QAnon and all that.
yeah, some of that's Q stuff for sure. And in response to that, people did a lot of things. They went out and they made preparations for their family. They had bug out bags. They did all sorts of stuff. Was there any of that kind of stuff that went on for you? Like, did you make any preparations thinking like the government's going to come round me up? I need to get a bug out bag, or I need to buy extra food and store it up because we might be hunkered down here at home for a while.
If I was financially better or well off, I probably would have.
Yeah, it just didn't happen.
I just don't have the means.
I see. Mm-hmm. So you go to the rallies in August.
All my extra money was going to gas money to get to a rally.
Yeah. So you go to the rallies from August through the election, right? And then the election occurs, and it looks like Biden wins, and the election looks stolen. Fill us in the gap now. That's like mid-November of 2020. How do you get to January 6th? Like, what else happens in that period of time?
Trump called us to DC.
Tell me about that. How did he let you guys know to come to DC?
If he's the commander-in-chief and the leader of our country, and he's calling for help, I thought he was calling for help. I thought we were doing the right thing. I thought we were just. I had no plans of what was going to happen. I didn't know what was going to happen. I'm not a leader of anybody. And I thought what was good intentions of going and being involved and being a part of and joining whatever. I didn't know what was going to happen. I really didn't. I've never seen I felt it was the last time that it was gonna be that I could see the president talk. He doesn't come to California and do speeches. I've never seen him in person speak, so I wanted to go see him speak. He called for his supporters. And if I'm his supporter that's rallying for him every weekend, and I volunteered for his campaign, and I'm out there arguing, I'm on social media, I'm wearing his gear,
Sure.
and I was like, I need to be there. And when his speech was over, I went to the metal detectors because they took my megaphone away. I had to leave it there, and so I went back and I went to go to the area where everybody was dropping their stuff off in the grass, and I grabbed my megaphone, I found it, and I heard some girl telling another girl, oh, my mom just sent me this on Facebook. It says that they're storming buildings in DC. And that's what she was telling her friend, and I overheard. And I was like, huh? So the whole crowd is marching to the Capitol. And I just followed the crowd. And then when we got there, it looked like there was a ton of people already going. Like there was like already like a green fence that was torn down. Because I remember like walking past some fence that was. There was clearly a lot. I was clearly not in the beginning. There was a lot of people that were there already, and they were trying to get in. And I didn't. There's no leaders. There's no playbook. There's no guidance. It's just. You don't know what's going on. You just see you just look around, and you got people over here singing a song or doing an interview, waving their flags, and then you go up to the Capitol building, and they're getting sprayed in their eyes, and just it's totally like chaos and havoc and all this stuff. And then like, so it's like a whole mixture of everybody. And it's like if you wanted to get in the building, you were over there with those people. If you wanted to do an interview, you were over here with these people.
I'm kind of curious, Danny, just how did you get to DC to begin with? Like, did you fly? Did you drive? Did you take a bus or a train? Or
I'd rather not say, because I don't. If you guys don't know, I don't want to get anyone in trouble.
Okay, well then go back to explaining your position. And you followed the people past the green fence.
Yeah, I just.
Where did you end up? Did you end up in the interview side, or did you end up in the people going into the Capitol side?
I ended up going up the scaffolding, to the top.
Where the flag was draped.
Mm.
There was a big flag, a very tall scaffolding for like where the media was going to have cameras set up. That one, or did you go up to the facade, the face of the building?
It's the part where, you know, where they do the inauguration, that like the little balcony.
Mm-hmm.
To the left of that, there was a big scaffolding.
Okay.
In the middle,
Mm-hmm.
it stuck out.
Yep.
I just went up that.
And then what?
And that's how I got to the top, and I just kind of hung out there for a while and soaked it in and just looked around and seeing what was going on.
And then what happened? At some point you got to the Capitol steps.
Yeah, I went up to the Capitol steps, and I was there for a little while, left, and then I came back again. Just walked around and just kind of saw what was going on.
And you think that's why you're here today? Just because you climbed the scaffolding?
You know, you guys kind of told me that I assaulted an officer.
do you want to talk about that?
Because I tell you what, everybody else is going to talk about that.
Yeah, I'm pretty ashamed.
I mean, like Enrique said, there's a story that's being written about Danny Rodriguez, and right now DC has told that story to a judge, and Court of Public Opinion has a story from the Huffington Post, has a story from Water Spider on Twitter, from Antifa and BLM. They're telling the
guys have
Danny
probably seen-
Rodriguez story.
You guys have probably seen more videos than me. I don't know all these videos.
Chad Loader, Desert Border, all these guys.
They're all telling the Danny Rodriguez story.
I haven't seen any of those.
But here's your opportunity to tell us your story.
My story is just that we thought that we were gonna save America. We were wrong.
At some point, you ended up on that the Capitol steps with the taser in your hand. And somehow, you felt what you were doing was the right thing to do. Somehow you were maybe misled. Maybe that call that the Commander-in-Chief gave was that strong call that tugged on your heart and said, now's the time to protect your country, to be a true patriot.
Mhm.
And you got up there with a lot of gusto and a lot of desire to be a true patriot, but the problem that we have right now is we only get one side of the story. And my words aren't going to be the story that writes Danny Rodriguez's story. And you had asked earlier about how do you help yourself out of this situation. And if you really want to help yourself out, you tell us 100% the truth. And you let the U.S. Attorney's Office in D.C. know that you're willing to cooperate and explain to them everything that happened and take responsibility. Because I've done this game for a long time as a law enforcement officer. So I'm going on 23 years. And everybody that I know that I have worked with, where they have stepped forward and told the courts and told the prosecutor, look, I take responsibility. The judge looks at that favorably. But in fact, the law says that we have to take in consideration your cooperation if you cooperate. And any attorney would tell you that. And so all we can do right now is we're in a position to make a recommendation to tell the prosecutor, look, here's the Danny Rodriguez that we heard. And here's the Danny Rodriguez that told us his story. He told us what happened. He told us his point of view. And he shared with us, and he wants to come forward and he wants to explain everything. But right now, you're kind of leaving us in a lurch right now because we don't know the story.
What am I leaving out?
Well, you're not telling us about how you ended up on the Capitol steps, in the tunnel, how Officer Fanone got pulled out.
I don't know how he got pulled out. I came up, I walked back up. I think I left. I was in the tunnel and they were like...
Were you there when they were doing the heave-ho and squeezing that officer?
That's when I got out of there because they were smashing me. And I think they were somebody else in front. Okay, so somebody else right in front of me got pepper sprayed right in their eyes. I've been pepper sprayed, and it's freaking bad. And
were you pepper sprayed there at the Capitol?
No,
okay.
no,
This is
no.
a previous time.
Yeah, I was pepper sprayed by BLM. They had a. Oh, excuse me. They had this. There was this guy in front of me. So everybody. Man, it was just so tight. Like you could not breathe. Like there was just people pushing you. Like you like I'm in the tunnel, but I'm not pushing. I'm getting squished. There's a guy in front of me who got sprayed, and he got his body turned around, so he's facing me, but he can't leave. He's getting squished, and he's blind, and he's facing the wrong way, and I'm looking at him, and I'm trying to pull him out of there. So I pulled him out of there, and I left the tunnel when the heave-ho was going on. That's when I got out of there because I was getting squished.
Did you participate in that heave-ho though?
No, I'm getting squished.
Okay,
No,
but
the
you didn't
heave-ho-
say heave ho or anything like that.
No,
You weren't
the
part of that?
the heave ho was coming. I think. Okay, so what I learned from the heave ho later on that was, I don't know if this is true or not, but I think that they were doing heave ho to smash an officer.
That's what it appears on the video.
Okay, so when they were doing the heave ho, when I was in there and that was going on, I didn't know that. I thought it was not for. What I learned, I think afterwards, was there was a cop in the side by a door or something, and he was getting squished. And I don't know if that's what they were trying to smash him or not. But there was like the officers had shields and they were on. I don't know how deep that. I don't know how many of them there were that they could hold us back, but there was so much there were so many people pushing on me that I don't know that I was getting my lungs crushed, so I couldn't breathe. So that I don't know how they were able to hold us back.
Yeah.
But that's when I got out of there. I pulled that guy out of there and I got out of there because I couldn't breathe and that guy was all sprayed. And then that's when and I think I took like an hour, half hour or something break.
And then you went back up the steps.
I went back up the steps and they were pulling someone out, and I didn't know who they were pulling out. I thought it was one of the Trump supporters they were pulling out, and then I saw who it was. It was some kind of officer.
Yeah. So what happened?
So you saw the video. What happened?
Yeah.
Danny, this is like my colleague said. This is your opportunity
I'm
to
so
tell
embarrassed.
us.
I'm so embarrassed and ashamed of that.
The way you can help yourself is by being completely honest with us, okay? And that means not leaving things out, okay? Do you know what a lie of omission is?
What's an line on this?
Lie of omission is kind of like if I ask you a question and I don't ask you like the direct question, like when's the last, if I'm selling you a car and I'm saying and I'm buying the car from you and I say when's the last time the car's been serviced, and you're like, oh, it was serviced last week, it's good to go. But you didn't tell me that when it was serviced they found out the transmission was shot, tires were bad, all this stuff. So those are facts that I would want to know, and what I was trying to get at. You didn't necessarily lie, but it's a lie of omission because you left key facts out.
No, I just came up to the steps again and I saw them pulling him out and they tased him.
How many times did you tase him?
Well, just once.
Where did you tase him at? Like on his body, where? In the neck. Did you do it twice?
No.
Because
No,
the video
for sure.
shows it twice.
No, the video. If the video shows it twice, it's a replay or something.
So you just did it once.
Yeah.
Why did you tase him?
He was struggling with I don't know what they were gonna do to him, but I just I thought that he was gonna not. I don't know. I really don't know exactly why I tased him.
So, I want you to think in your mind that my partner and I, we got here to talk to you, and it's not January 7th, it's not January 10th, it's March 31st. What do you think we've been doing between January 6th and March 31st?
Rounding people up.
No. We've been focused on you. We've been trying to figure you out. And we know a lot about who your friends are. We know a lot about how you got to DC. We know a lot about how you spent your money before you went to DC.
Can you share any of this with me?
Well, here's the deal.
What do you mean? What money do I have?
What he's trying to say is that we know about 99% of the questions that we're asking you, so that it's completely clear, and all our cards are on the table, that it's really important that you be completely honest with us and tell us everything, especially without us saying that these facts and then you later agreeing to them, it looks better if you just give us those facts.
We're not trying to trick you. We just want you to put your everything on the table, and I don't want it to be we're not, if we're going to put all cards on the table, I'll tell you right now, there's other people today that are being talked to, and remember we talked about the story that's being written about Danny, right? Danny gets to choose if he writes a story today with us, but right now the story that's being told is by DC, is by Antifa, BLM, and the Huffington Post, and is going to be told by the people that we're talking to today that choose to talk to us. And they may tell a story about the Danny Rodriguez. So if you're making things up or you're leaving things out, that puts us in a bad spot, because we can't go to the prosecutor and say, no, Danny's a stand-up guy.
I haven't made anything. I haven't lied or made anything up.
Okay. Well, but why do you think we're bringing this up to you about lying and making things up or leaving things out?
Or lies of omission.
We're bringing that up because we want to give you a chance right now to clear that up with us, clear that space up with us. We know that you had a taser.
Someone gave me a taser there.
Someone at DC? Or before you got to DC?
No, a stranger.
A stranger?
It was actually a stranger.
Are you lying to us, Danny?
No.
You know, it's a separate crime to lie to a federal agent.
Okay, I mean, I'm not lying.
Just so you know, it's a crime to lie to us, okay? That could be a separate charge.
I asked if anyone had a taser, and they did. I said we need a taser.
Who gave you a taser?
I don't know. I really don't know. And they didn't get it back. I tried to give it back, and I kept it, and no, I don't have it now.
Let me stop you right there.
I threw it away.
Where?
When I came back from DC.
Dan, like my colleague was saying, there are other people being talked to right now. Okay? They're talking to other agents like us, and they're telling us their story.
Who are you guys talking to? The people that I know, you're saying?
And Danny, it shouldn't matter to you because you're being completely honest with us, right?
Yes.
So it shouldn't matter who we're talking to or what information they're giving us.
Right.
And I'm saying that because it is absolutely important right now, all cards on the table. I don't want any confusion for you right now, okay? It is imperative that you be completely honest with us. Because all those people are going to say something, right? And they're going to tell a story. They're going to tell their version of the story and what happened. And if their version matches up and it's not what yours is, there's going to be a problem, right? And right now, you're the one looking at, you're in the most trouble right now, okay? I think you understand that already.
Yeah.
So who do you think DC is going to look at when those stories don't match up? I say that because I need you to be completely honest with me.
I don't have anybody else.
Okay.
I was there by
Let's bust the bubble for a minute. Let's talk about the van trip from LA to DC.
Okay.
Who was in the van with you?
We had some strangers go with us that we met, and there was
Strangers that were in the
There was-
Patriots 45 MAGA
in the
chat group.
after. Yeah, we met them through that on that day though. So there was people that went with us that just wanted to go to DC that wanted to
Like
There was a woman named Marcy. There was a guy named Al. There was a guy named Marcy, Al. You know my friend Edward. And Andy. An Asian guy named Andy.
Okay, tell us about those people.
I haven't talked to them since.
Okay. That's not what I said.
Okay, so Andy was a friend of some woman that went to the rallies, and she recommended him. And Andy never been to a rally before, but he really was a Trump supporter, wanted to go to DC, so he went with us. Marcy was like an older lady, and she also was a Trump supporter, and I don't remember anything really about Marcy. She was just like a Hispanic lady, older. Nothing, I don't know, nothing really else about her. Al, we picked him up in Scottsdale on our way. He needed a ride too. And they're just regular people. They're not extremists, or they didn't make, like, they weren't trying to do anything crazy. They didn't do anything when we went.
What about Ed? You mentioned Ed.
Edward and I are not talking anymore.
Why not?
We had a falling out. I ended up talking to his ex-girlfriend after the trip, so me and him are not friends anymore.
That Frischkorn?
Is she gonna be in trouble?
Danny, you need to concern yourself with yourself right now. Because my concern is you, as much as you're holding back from us right now, because we know all the names. We've looked at your phone records, your bank records, and we've done it with everybody else. So why hold back?
You're making it really hard for us to help you.
What am I holding back? That's. I told you about the van.
Let's go back to the Patriots MAGA 45 group. Is that what it was called?
Patriots MAGA 45. On the Telegram?
Yep. Let's talk about Telegram.
There was a couple of groups on the Telegram, and I don't remember the names.
Okay. How'd those start?
One of them, Edward, started, and that was.
What was that one called?
I don't know. I changed the name on that one. I think it was called MAGA Gang.
You're an administrator for that one?
Yes.
What was the purpose of that group?
I think just to stay in communication in case civil war or something. I don't know. I didn't start it. It was just people from that we would meet and try to make a circle of friends, like-minded individuals, people that you can trust, I guess, like count on, or you ever needed help, or talk about politics, or get some stuff off your chest. As far as I know, that's what Telegram is. It's just a bunch of people that try to find, because if you go to Facebook, Telegram's more of a safe place.
Why?
Because it's not, it's more private. It's not, what do you call it? You can share videos and things on there, and if you put it on Facebook, it won't go through, or it won't share, or it'll get taken off, or something. It's censored, so it's less censored.
So who was in this MAGA gang group?
There was a lot. At one point there was like 30 or more than 30, and right now there's probably in the 20s. People will come and go, and I don't know all of them. I really don't. I don't know a lot of those people, and some of them maybe I do know, or I've seen their face, or I don't know their name, or maybe I only know their name or not.
Who do you know that's in that group? Who do you know?
Edward.
What's his last name?
Vidalian.
And who else?
I'd have to see the group.
Come on, Danny.
No.
Who's
Is Kayla in there?
Probably. Kaylin.
Kaylin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who else?
Oh, there's a Kayla. There is a Kayla.
Are both of them in there? Kayla and Kaylin?
Probably.
What about Andy?
Yeah. Andy got added afterwards. Edward added Andy as administrator.
What about Mello?
Mello went with us.
I
don't know a lot. I don't know a lot about Mello. Mello is somebody who, he's not on Telegram. I've tried messaging him before and he doesn't respond. and he'll just show up to the rally sometimes. I met him because like he's like a friend of a friend. He's like a little short French guy and like real easy to get along with.
Mm-hmm.
Whose friend is he?
He was, I think, this girl named Lisa. She went by Lisa Simpson, but she doesn't live around here anymore.
Okay.
You know Lisa Simpson?
Mm-hmm.
So Lisa Simpson, she was like a big personality and friendly, and just like okay. So I met her, and then it's like friends of her. She has other friends, and you get like a this person's. You meet people through other people at the rallies, and
Was Lisa in the MAGA gang group?
I think at one point.
Who else was in it that you can think of?
Enrique. Enrique is a good friend, but he never did go to DC, and he doesn't get in trouble. He's a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people that. Chris Almani, he's a really good guy. He's not part of anything like that you guys would want him for.
Did he go to the Capitol?
Yeah, he did, but he wasn't. He's one of those non-confrontational, just not arguing with people and just
Mm-hmm.
and hanging out kind of guy. That's who was in the van.
So in the van was who again? Because we were going over MAGA gangs.
Okay,
Let me go over the van.
The van is Marcy, Andy, Edward.
Do you have last names too?
Marcy, no. Edward, Badalian. Al, I don't know his last name. Who else is in the van?
Lisa Simpson,
No, Lisa was in the van.
Kaylin,
No, she isn't.
Chris Almonte, you said yes. Enrique.
No, none of those people are in the van. Those are the people from the
Okay.
the telegram. Who went to
Who
it.
rented the van?
Is it Edward?
And you said Mello was too?
Mello was in the van.
Mello was in the van? And Kaylin, neither one of them were?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Did you guys all chip in for gas? Who paid for the van and the?
Edward paid for the van. I ended up putting in like $100, but Edward was determined to.
Did Edward rent the van?
Yeah,
Did he rent it with someone else?
I don't know. Maybe with Kaylin.
With who?
Maybe with Kaylin.
Kaylin?
I don't know, because he made all the arrangements, and there was some kind of misunderstanding with the van. We were gonna get a different van,
Mm-hmm.
like a bigger van, like a commercial van or something, and something happened that he didn't know, that he couldn't get it or whatever. And
Is that when him and Kaylin were still together, or?
shit, I think they're still together.
Okay. Okay, so they went together to get the van then.
I don't know. I wasn't in the thing, how it happened. I don't know what it cost or who put their name.
Yeah.
I mean, they did it together.
Who drove?
I drove part of the way.
Did everybody take turns driving pretty much, or?
Mostly. Yeah. There's probably one or two people that didn't.
Yeah.
Like Mello doesn't have a driver's license, so I didn't want him driving.
Mm-hmm.
Or he doesn't have a car. I don't know if he has a driver's license, but he didn't have a car. So like, you're not gonna drive if you don't have a car. I mean, I don't know how you're gonna drive.
Did Ed drive?
Mhm.
And what was the idea? Like, why drive a van? Why not just fly? Or that's a long way to drive.
I don't fly because I have issues with flying, but there is an idea that if anybody needed to take anything, like weed, maybe knife, pepper spray, that stuff's not going to be able to get on the plane.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
So were those things taken?
Um,
I take it because you listed them to us. Yes.
yeah.
So people took weed.
Yeah, I took weed, I took a knife, I took Pepper spray.
You took pepper spray?
I mean, I didn't use it. I mean, I kept it in the van. It was in my bag.
Mm-hmm. What about a gas mask? Did you take a gas mask?
I was provided a gas mask.
From who?
Edward.
What other items did other people take? Did other people take knives, pepper spray, or gas masks?
I don't know. Maybe there was.
I mean,
I remember seeing a can of wasp spray in the van.
interesting.
Wasp spray?
Okay.
I
Did
said-
anybody claim that was theirs? They were going to take that to use it?
I don't know. I told them not to use it, whoever it was. I think it was Marcy's.
Okay.
But I was like, that's gonna blind somebody and do permanent damage.
Did anybody give you guys anything to take for them?
Not me personally, no.
What about the group that you know of?
I don't know. I didn't take anything for anybody.
Alright, you know what we're driving at. We already know. We know the taser was, there was arrangements with the taser before you guys left LA.
I didn't take anybody's taser.
So who took the taser?
I don't know. I saw a blue, like a light blue taser.
Who
Yeah.
transported that?
I guess it was just all of us in the van. What do you
Okay.
mean? Like, I didn't carry it.
Who-
I didn't have it.
Whose taser was it?
I think it was Kayla's.
Kayla's?
Kayla. There's Kaylin and there's Kayla.
Right. So it was Kayla's taser, and she asked somebody in the group to take the taser.
Yeah, she might have said it. She might have asked me,
She asked you.
but I told her yeah or something, but I never got it.
But you saw it
I remember seeing a light blue taser, yeah,
in the van.
somewhere. Yeah, it was like a baby blue one,
Mm-hmm.
but I never used it, or that's it.
Do you know who had it?
Mm-mm.
Where
I
did
don't
you
think
see
anybody
it?
had it.
Well, where did you see it in the van?
I don't know. Maybe somebody just like had it in their hand or something. Like was just like putting it in somewhere.
Mm.
But I remember seeing there was a light blue taser, baby blue.
Because I'm just thinking, if I'm bringing a taser, like, you would know about it, because I'd be playing with it, or I'd be, you know.
You know what?
joking
There was
around.
another taser. There was two tasers.
Okay.
There was Andy bought a taser, but we never used it. I think it got returned.
Uh-huh.
I think he bought it, and Edward was like, yeah, like, I think we got a call or a message or something. He's like, hey, I'm buying stuff. I'm at the store. There's a taser here. Should I get it or something like that? And I don't remember, but I think Edward was like, oh yeah, like, it was a flashlight and a taser combination. And that was what somebody was playing with. You're right. Somebody was like, you know, like if you have a taser, you're
Yeah.
So
We have cops here who, like, play with tasers, so I know you guys were...
it was that flashlight one, but nobody used that on anybody, and that got returned to the store, I believe.
Okay.
I think. But that baby blue one was Kayla's, but she never got it.
Why did she ask you to take the taser?
We've had issues. We've had problems with BLM and Antifa. I'm telling you. I've
Sure.
been pepper sprayed. That guy Gabe, that used to be a friend of mine, he was stabbed for wearing a MAGA hat. He got stabbed in his arm. Edward got jumped on Halloween. We've had a knife pulled out on us here in Riverside on over by the Tyler Mall. We did a rally, and some guy came out with a big ass knife on us and told us to get out of there. We've had I had a gun pulled out on me, well, not pulled out, but he opened his trunk and he had a gun in his trunk because we were in Venice Beach, and I was the last. We had our flags, so we've been stabbed. I've been pepper sprayed, knives, guns. So it's just comes with the territory. Like you said, you know, like cops have their guns, and we're just out there with
So how many days before you guys left did Kayla come to you and say, can you take this taser for me?
Before we left? Oh, I don't know. I don't remember when she got it. I really don't know how she got it to Edward. He met her, or she met him, or they live. Edward lives far from me. I live over here.
But when did Kayla give you the taser?
She didn't give it to me. I don't know.
You told me earlier that she asked you to take it.
She asked me to take it, but I never saw her. I didn't get it from her.
You got it through Ed.
No. She gave it.
How'd you get it?
She gave it to Ed. I never got it. I never.
That's what. Okay, so Kayla gave it to Ed.
She didn't give it to me. She gave it to him instead.
And Ed gave it to you?
No, I never got
Okay.
it.
So she asked you to take it, but you never took receipt of it.
Yes, sir. She asked if I could take it. I think she asked.
Somehow Ed, though, was your understanding. Ed ended up with the taser, and it came with you guys in the van.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
But nobody. I don't think it ever left the van.
And Danny, I think, let me just kind of stop you right there because I want you to just be absolutely clear on where we're coming from here, okay? So, you're telling us that Ed got a taser, he had it, you never had it, and you never used it.
Ed got it. Ed got the light blue baby taser, I believe, from Kayla to give to her when she was in DC when they saw each other again.
Okay.
But she, because she couldn't take it on the plane, I guess. I don't know if those are not allowed on the plane. So she never got it or needed it, and we just brought it back in the van with us. And then there was another taser that was bought right before we left, and Edward said I think that he wanted it, and then never used it either. Stayed in the van as well, and then that got returned to the store.
And see, that's where I'm having a hard time here, is because Kayla gave you guys a taser, gave it to Ed, you had it.
No, I didn't have it.
Not you, I'm sorry. It was in the van. The group had it. And then you had it, or the group had it when you went back. But then in the middle on the 6th, you got a taser from someone else, some random person.
A black one.
Gave you a taser, and that's what you used on the officer. You see how that's kind of weird to me?
No. I mean, no, I don't. What's weird?
Well, describe us more than how you ended up with this other taser from some random stranger. Because right now it seems a little more logical that the taser that was used by you was a taser that was brought from LA.
Yeah, for sure.
So explain to us. We're happy to listen.
I just asked. I said, we need a taser. I yelled in the tunnel. I'm like, we need somebody with a taser up here. And someone pulled it out of their pocket and gave it to me. And it was like in a little leather, it's like a little pouch. It's like a square, almost like a pack of cigarettes, like a square. And then I didn't know how to use it or turn it on. Or like I was like, what is this? And then like the guy takes it back from me, or I give it back to him, and he takes it out of the case, and then he flips a switch and he tests it or pushes it for me, and then he gave it to me.
Didn't you just say it was a black woman that gave it to you?
No.
Yeah, you did.
A black woman?
Yes.
No, I said the taser was black.
No, you said a black woman gave it to you. You interrupted him
I
to say
I
it was a
never-
black woman that gave it to you.
I for sure haven't said anything about a black woman.
You did.
There's the cameras or the recording. I never said black woman.
Okay.
What do you mean black woman? I never said anything about black woman.
All right. So, you're willing to accept the fact that the taser that you had was from some random stranger, and if any of your friends that we're interviewing today tell us something to the contrary, how will that reflect on you?
Oh, they're not. It's 100% true. It's 100% true.
Because you remember
I'm
your
not
story.
lying. I will not lie. I'm not lying.
And I think you are.
I'm not.
And
I'm not.
I'm going to explain to you why I think you
You think I'm protecting them because of the taser? No.
Because you told us you were in the tunnel when you called for a taser. Earlier, you told us you were in the tunnel, you were getting squished, and so you left the tunnel for about a half hour and came back. You had the taser in your hand, and you walked up and you tasered the officer once in the neck, and you did it because you felt like he was accosting Trump supporters or patriots.
No, I didn't do it because I felt he was accosting Trump supporters or patriots. I just thought that he was gonna get in. He was struggling, like they were pulling him out. And
He was struggling with who?
like they were carrying him. They were like holding his arms and his legs and his feet. I don't know who those people were.
So why would you taser somebody that's being carried?
I guess.
Danny, you realize you assaulted that man, right?
Yes.
And you realize right now whatever fabrication you're telling us
No
is not helping your situation.
I'm 100% not fabricating anything.
Okay. Then let's go back over it, and you tell me again how you ended up in the tunnel and how you ended up with the taser and how you ended up tasering Officer Fanone.
I just ended up in the tunnel because that's where everybody was in the building.
Okay, explain it to me again in story form. I'm all ears because I want to hear the story. I want to hear the truthful story though.
So I called for tasers because I felt that we were gonna get in. That's how that we were gonna get in, and we can get tasers up to the front. Like we didn't have. I'm not calling for knives or guns or shoot them. We're trying to get in the building to try to occupy the building.
Okay.
So I shouted, I turned around and I'm like, hey, we need tasers up here. And I thought someone was gonna come up with a taser, not hand me a taser.
Okay. So how did you get the taser?
It was just some guy, I swear. It was just.
Describe him to me.
I really don't know. I'm in the tunnel and he was behind me on the right. I mean on the left. Like kind of by the entrance of the tunnel. And at the time that happened, it wasn't super packed in there. There was still little space to walk around right there. Later on they got like a ton of people, but at that time there was enough room to like turn around and we need tasers and we need a taser up here and I got handed a taser.
What was he wearing? Describing. How tall was he? How big?
Who are we looking for on the video? Because you know it's all on video.
If you find him on video, then I really don't know.
Because you know what we see on video?
Hmm.
We see you produce a taser with your right hand out of your pocket.
Well, right. I mean, I had. Okay, so I
and
had
you're
the
not
taser.
in the tunnel. You're on the steps.
This is true. Yes. So he gives me the taser, but when I turn around to give it back to him, I don't know who's there. I also had a megaphone, and I looked for I lost my megaphone there too. So I either dropped the megaphone and then I tried to give him the taser. I turned around. I don't know. Nobody was standing there waiting for a taser. I didn't know who to give it to. I was waiting for somebody to like, can I have my taser back?
Sure.
So it was a guy. That's all I know. It was a male, maybe not too old, not too young, regular average guy. Like
you've just described 50% of the United States population.
Right. He was just there, whoever it was. I honestly think there was two people who were offering a taser, and one of them, I just took it from one of them. I did put it in my pocket because I didn't return it to anybody. Nobody. I'm like, okay, now I got a taser. I'm like, okay, I lost my megaphone. I can't find it, but now I have a taser.
Okay, so you think that Officer Fanone's being carried out, held by his arms and legs. Why did you taser him? You said he was struggling. At that point, he's struggling to be let go.
Yeah.
And you chose to assault him while he's struggling?
Well, I just felt that, like, I didn't know what they were going to do to him.
And so you tasered him to protect him?
I mean, that sounds stupid. I don't know if I tased him to protect him, but maybe just to, like, so he wouldn't struggle and get hurt, maybe. If they're going to beat him up or injure him, or, like, I don't know if they're going to, I don't know what was going to happen to him. And honestly, I didn't think very much about it because when I did it, I was like, oh my God, what did I just do? And I got out of there. I left. I did it and I left. I was like, what did I do? The taser there was 3 tasers. 2 we brought. None of those 2 that we brought got used.
Danny, you understand how serious this is, right? You understand that you're the one facing, like, full disclosure, all the cards out on the table.
Our remember.
You're looking at 7 federal felony counts.
I was just
7.
What is that, the rest of my life in prison?
It's a lot of years, man. So, if you're not completely honest with me, because you're not being honest with us.
I am being honest.
Listen, man.
What am I not being honest about?
I can't help you if you're not being honest with us.
Okay, what am I not being honest about, guys?
Let me play this for you.
you know, trying to fight as best I could. I remember, like, guys were stripping me of my gear. These are rioters, pulling my badge off my chest.
I didn't see any of
They
that.
ripped my radio
I didn't see any of that.
off my vest. Started pulling like ammunition magazines from their holder on my belt. And then some guys started getting a hold of my gun, and
I
they
don't
were
see any of
screaming
that.
out, you know, kill him with his own gun.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that.
At that point, you know, it was just like self-preservation. You know, how do I survive this situation? And I thought about, you know, using deadly force. I thought about shooting people. And then I just came to the conclusion that, you know, if I was to do that, you know, I might get a few, but I'm not going to take everybody, and they'll probably take my gun away from me, and that would definitely give them the justification that they were looking for to kill me.
I wouldn't have killed him. I tried to kill him. I wasn't trying to kill anybody.
Look,
other than the cops.
the disparity is in between your story and what happened to Officer Fanone and what's on video. I can show you the video of you tasering him twice.
No, it's not twice.
I'll show it to you.
You show
In
it
just
to
a
me,
minute, I
please.
will. But the disparity between what you're saying happened, describing, oh, I'm such a benevolent man, coming up to a poor officer who's struggling to keep him to survive, thinking he's going to die. Let me help him out. Let me taser him. Is that really the story you want to be written about you? Is that in all of my benevolence, I decided I was going to taser this man who is struggling for his life in that moment and thinking he's going to die? 4 daughters.
No, I wasn't trying to kill him. I didn't want him to die.
Then tell us what happened. Don't leave the story be this crappy story that you're telling us right now, that you were just there to help him and taser him.
No, I wasn't. I was.
Danny,
I'm not smart.
think about your mom.
No, I'm just not smart. I'm not lying to you guys. I'm not lying.
You need
about
to
anything.
think about
I'm not lying
how
about anything. I haven't lied
Danny's
about
story
anything.
is going
I
to be
haven't lied
written.
about anything, you guys, so far. I have not lied at anything. I have not lied at anything.
Danny, just take a minute, listen to him, okay?
You are in a great position right now to help yourself. We're your 2 advocates right now. We can advocate to the prosecutor, hey, Danny made some mistakes.
I'm not lying.
But right now, neither Agent Armenta or myself feel confident in what you're saying.
Okay. What do you want me to tell you? That I taste them? Yes.
Explain
Am I a
what
fucking
you
piece of
did.
shit? Yes.
Why did you tase him?
I don't know. I'm a piece of shit. I'm sorry. I don't know. He's a human being with children, and he's not a bad guy. He sounds like he's just doing his job, and I'm an asshole.
But why? Why would you go up there with the taser? Why would you take that taser that was given to you from your friends and tase him?
It wasn't given to me by my friends. It was given to me by a stranger. I swear to God. These is not the same tasers. I'm telling you. I'm not trying to protect them. I'm not trying to protect somebody.
So let me pull the video, because I want you to see it, of you tasering him.
$100%. It was not twice. For sure, I did not tase him twice. For sure.
You've got big dreams, but need a guiding hand to help you get there. Whittier College is here for that. Whittier College, located between downtown LA.
Officer Fanone was among a phalanx of police at a west entrance here. And DC police almost never let us talk to line officers, but they wanted us to hear from this hero of democracy. This is the hallway where Officer Fanone and his comrades refused to yield.
Were you in this hallway?
I mean, I was not. No.
I said, well, we're going to go. You know, suit up.
Fanone has been working plainclothes for a decade. He could have spent the riot waiting at his desk. But he and his police and duck hunting partner, Jimmy Albright, self-deployed to the Capitol.
He said, he's bent over at the waist, and he's dry heaving, obviously from, you know, inhaling all the
See
CS
if you can
gas.
find that video.
One of the first police commanders he encountered was the head of investigations.
And I remember
You
thinking to
remember the
myself,
fire
like,
alarm going off in that hallway?
this dude looks like Jordan Patton.
I wasn't in there for that.
Officer
I think I
Daniel
got out before
Hodges
that.
had already
Yeah,
been
I didn't see
squished
that.
between the door and the mob screaming heave ho. Fanone says it was like medieval combat.
And it was like the real life 300 minus the six-pack abs, which none of us have.
Somehow, the mob grabbed Fanone out of the line and dragged him into the mob, beating, tasing, smashing him with flagpoles.
I remember thinking, like, at the moment that I got outside, like, like, there's a lot of damn people here.
Did you think you were gonna die out there?
Guys were, like, grabbing gear off my vest, and I remember guys chanting, like, kill him with his own gun. I thought about killing people. I'd probably shoot a couple, and then they're going to take the gun away.
I don't think they
from
were
me.
chanting "kill him with his own gun." Maybe one person said that. They weren't chanting
Fanone
that.
thought of his 4 daughters. I have kids, he told the rioters, and a couple of them showed mercy.
Thank you, but you for being there.
What do you mean they helped him? They just said "fuck you."
This is the video right here. See, they even. Have you seen this?
It was only one time. There's no way it's twice. It's edited if it's twice.
You strike him on the right side, on his left side, and he recoils and grabs, and you come back in and you do it again. 1000%.
It's right
Watch the
there.
video. Let's see if I can find that straight video.
There's the taser.
Is that you? Is that your hat?
I mean, they did all the work for us.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they set us up. It's on purpose.
Did somebody stick a taser in your hand?
No, I'm saying they set us up as far as like they went over there to film everybody that they recognized, like to do this on purpose afterwards. No, they didn't stick a taser in there. I did.
You tased the officer. Trump didn't put you up to tasing the officer.
No, he didn't. I did.
You did it all on your own.
Yes.
Isn't it true, Danny, that you and your friends planned weeks in advance to go to that rally with weapons and gear, that you practiced how you were going to do things?
I didn't have any gear. I didn't take any weapons.
You took a knife
I always
and
have a
pepper
knife.
spray,
That's
and
always
you
in
were
my
given a
car.
gas mask.
That's always in my car. I mean, okay,
You took those things.
I have it. Everybody has I mean, it was a little 4-inch pocket knife. Okay, my pepper spray is just it's just something that you have.
What about the gas mask?
I didn't buy the gas mask.
You just carry that with you?
The gas masks were taken, and I didn't. There was like 4 gas masks bought, and I was just one was extra, like here you can have a gas mask, but I didn't take it and I didn't wear it. I didn't have it.
But
It
you
was for them.
see more like that shows preparation, right? That
I didn't
shows
prepare for that.
that shows planning.
I didn't plan that. I didn't buy that.
I
I didn't wear it. I didn't take it. I left it there. I didn't put it on. I don't have it.
It doesn't matter, Danny. It shows planning and preparation. You took those things. You don't
I
take
didn't
things.
pack 'em.
You don't take things for no reason. Nobody takes things for no reason. And when we tell DC what we said and what we discussed, and they ask us, was Danny cooperative?
None of
Did he
that
tell
stuff
you
was
how
on.
everything? They're gonna ask me, well, what did he say about the weapons? What did he say about the gas mask?
None of that
What
stuff
did he
was on
say?
me.
What did he say about the mace and
None
the
of
pepper
that,
spray?
None of that stuff was on me when I was at the Capitol.
What do I tell them? I'm asking you. My colleague was asking you what the preparation was to go there. What you guys were planning. You brought stuff planning for something. What was it?
I mean,
We were
you
planning-
said Andy called Ed and said, hey, there's a taser here. Should I buy it? Ed said yes. You already told us that. Why is Andy calling Ed saying, should I buy a taser and you guys took the taser to DC if you're not preparing?
That's not me. That's not
Okay, well tell us about it though. Tell us about the preparations the group did.
The preparations were for BLM and Antifa. We thought that they were gonna go. We thought we were gonna hit it like a civil war. There was gonna be a big battle. This is what I thought.
Okay.
I thought there was gonna be a big battle in DC. I thought that there was gonna be battles across the country. I thought that there was gonna be fighting for some reason in different cities, and I thought that the main fight, the main battle, was gonna be in DC because Trump called everyone there, and then I thought that was gonna bring BLM and Antifa there, and it was gonna be like a big battle. That's what I really thought. They didn't. That's not what happened.
So how did you prepare for battle? Tell us about paintball.
Just like jogging.
Tell us about paintball.
Oh, paintball? Yeah. I mean, I don't even own a gun. Paintball was just like to get people to try and get people to work together and follow directions and orders. But paintball is just like, it just wasn't.
Who went to
It was
paintball?
just fun.
Who went to paintball?
Edward, Kaylin went once. No, we invited everybody. We try to get a lot of people to go. We try to always. I mean, Edward even made some flyers to go like get people going and active. Like we were trying to get build like a camaraderie, like a team, like a people who. We're just trying to get friends. We're just trying to make friends and get like-minded individuals together.
Did you practice formations?
I know, like
Is that part of-
stacking up and entering a building or something.
Or just working together? How to work together?
I think that was maybe like what we thought was gonna happen, but no. When you go to paintball, it's just. Have you guys ever been paintballing?
It just becomes more of a free-for-all.
Yeah, you can't take orders. You don't know the map, and it's just there's strangers and there's.
Was there someone trying to organize it to make it more, tactics based, like a learning?
I guess that's what Edward wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not a military person, or I tried listening to him, and like he'd be like, okay, I'll cover you, go. And I remember one time he's like go, and then as soon as I put my head up, I got shot in my face. So I'm like, okay, it's not good. I mean,
did he see himself as like a military person, a military leader?
I think he might.
Mm-hmm.
I learned I never had been paintballing before, and I learned that if that was real bullets, there's no chance. You pick your head up and you get shot with a paintball. Like bullets is not fun. That's not gonna end well. Running for cover, and that's not fun. That's not gonna be cool.
Did you guys ever go shooting?
I went shooting once.
Who went?
With Edward. Edward and his girlfriend Sam, some girl Sam he was seeing.
Mm-hmm. And what'd you guys shoot?
He had a 45.
Edward did?
Yeah.
And that was it?
Did you take your
Yeah.
mom's gun?
No, my mom don't have a gun.
Whose 45 is at the house?
There's no 45 at my house.
Yeah, there was.
It was there. We saw it.
Huh?
Yeah.
Where?
There's a 45 in there.
No, you guys are wired.
No, in the bedroom.
Whose bedroom? My mom's?
Yeah. It was there. SWAT found it right away.
My mom has a 45?
She said there's no guns in the house.
Oh, then there's no gun in the house.
No, we're not lying to you. There is a gun in the house.
I don't own a gun. I don't have a gun.
Did you
It's
buy
not-
a gun at Ammo Brothers?
I tried. I tried to buy a Glock.
Why?
Because I had money at the time. Like, I've always wanted a gun, and I needed the money, so I got my money back. I mean, I've always wanted a gun, but I never purchased one. I put money down, I went through the background check, and before the background check came, I needed the money, and I went back to Ammo Brothers. They kept $100. They kept, I forget what the percentage it was of the gun. It was the Glock, I think it was like $600 with some change, like $620 or something for a 9. It was like a Glock 19 or Glock 17. And then I went back and I needed my money back, and they kept some of it, and I had to pay bills or something. Or I think that's what I went to DC with. Like, I don't know. I don't remember. But I do not own a gun. Yes, I tried to buy a gun. Tried to buy a gun twice. I went to Turner's. I went to Turner's and I tried to buy a Walther, a 22, a P22 handgun. And the DOJ didn't deny or confirm me. So they gave me my money back. They're like, they gave me all my money back. They said, you gotta go contact the DOJ. I never did. And I went to go, I was like, okay, I'll try it again. And then so what I was gonna do is, I was like, because the DOJ didn't confirm or deny me, I needed to get a hold of them. I didn't. I think some time went by. I was like, okay, let me go try to buy a different gun. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to get the 22. Let me get a 9. And then I knew that DOJ was either gonna come. I thought it was gonna be the same thing. I'm like, I can't wait that 30 days or whatever. I just, I need the money for bills or something. So I took the money back and I never got a gun. And as far as my mom goes, she doesn't own a gun either.
Okay. What else? Who else in the group bought supplies other than Andy and Ed?
Supplies like food or
So let's go
no
like
weapons.
So
There was no other weapons.
So anybody buy pepper spray, wasp spray, gas masks, knives, tasers?
I already had the knife. I didn't buy a knife.
Okay,
though.
who else bought stuff though?
I don't know.
I mean, you're in the van driving for
I think
3,800
I think
miles.
everybody pitched in. Everybody pitched in for gas and for food, and as far as the wasp spray goes, I think Marcy brought that from home, and the taser Andy bought. I remember him calling me the day before or something, the night before, like we were getting stuff to go, and he called me and I think he asked me if I wanted it or something, and then I said I don't want it, or I don't have money or something. I don't remember. I just said no, and then I think Edward wanted it. I don't know if he was with me or I don't know, but somehow he said that he did, and then Andy bought it. I think it was $50. It was a flashlight, taser, and then we were playing with it in the van, and then it stayed in the van. But as far as weapons, like
Why did it stay in the van if you guys
well,
bought it?
Okay, well first of all, we were gonna go see Trump speak. We're not taking weapons. We're not taking. We went on. I think it was a Saturday. He was gonna speak in DC. He'd do his speech, and we woke up and went. It was early. I think.
But you guys were all also expecting a civil war too. You
Yeah.
weren't just there to see him speak. You said a civil war across the country.
The night before we got there, we went out in the streets because of the Civil War. We were like, okay, let's go see what's going on out here. Let's go see if we can find like BLM, if there's rioting. Like we wanted to go see. So nothing was going on. There was no BLM. There's no Antifa. There was really nothing going on. The whole city there's cops everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was the first night, which was a Friday maybe. What day was the speech?
And then
Saturday?
you had your taser then.
No, I didn't have a taser.
So where was it?
No, I got a taser that day from the tunnel.
No, I'm saying the one you guys bought. The one you guys bought before.
The flashlight one?
Mm-hmm.
Where was it?
Yeah.
It was in the box that came in.
So my question is, why was it in the box? If you guys bought a taser, preparing for a civil war.
Well, he didn't buy it for me. He bought it for Edward, and maybe Edward either it was, I don't know.
Did Edward take it with him?
No, I think he didn't like it, or he bought it without. He bought it. Andy was at the store and said, there's one of these things here for sale. Should I get it? And then Edward has money. He has extra money. You know, it's like, yeah, I'll get it. Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And then what about, like, did you use your card ever when you were in DC? Your debit card?
I don't remember.
Would you be surprised to find out you didn't?
I probably didn't.
So what was the cash withdrawal for before you go to DC?
Gas, probably.
So you withdrew $760 in cash for gas?
I never had $760 on my account.
You withdrew it in cash from an ATM. You got cash. This was on the 4th, right before you guys started going.
I think you're confusing me with Edward.
No, I'm not.
I didn't have $700.
You took out $700.
The day, no, for sure. You're confusing me with Edward, I think. Because the day before we left, I had $26 to my name.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And you got a big cash influx, like you said.
I had $100. I worked. I did like a little side job, and I got $100. So I went with.
So you don't know what that was for?
No, I did. No, it wasn't me. I never had $700 cash in that time.
Okay, I'm telling you, you did. Okay. All right.
Oh, wait a minute. When we were there, when we were there in DC, I got the stimulus.
Mm-hmm.
That was $600 stimulus check, but I didn't have access to it.
And you took out $760 in cash.
No.
And so I'm curious of what you used that for.
No, I did not take a. No, I did not have $760 cash before we went to DC.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
No, you did. And then you didn't use your card at all when you were in DC, but you used it on the way to DC.
On what? Gas?
Food.
Okay.
I'm just curious of why.
Do you have like a? That wasn't me. I think you're confusing me, cause the van I couldn't pay for, and that's about how much the van was. So you're saying like $600-700? That sounds like Edward paying for the van.
No, it was you.
Where do you bank at, Danny?
At Chase.
Is that your only bank account?
I had a Bank of America bank account, but there's nothing in it, so I think it's closed.
Do you have any credit cards?
No.
So if we got your records from Chase and it showed a $760 withdrawal, you're just not remembering it?
No, I don't think I had a $1,600. Yeah, I don't think that was me.
760.
I really don't think I had $760 to pull out a gas.
You really don't think, or you for sure don't?
I don't have that kind of cash to be pulling out.
Well, I saw your bank records and I thought the same thing. That's why I thought that was weird.
$760 from an ATM before we left?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not me. How many days before we left?
It was on January 4th.
Oh, January 4th. We were already on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Because you left the 3rd.
I think so. Well, it's a couple of days trip. So, hell no, that wasn't me. I think you're confusing me with someone else.
Okay.
That's not me. I didn't have $760.
You did. I'm just, like I said.
In my Chase?
Like I said, I'm giving you the opportunity to be
no,
honest
I am
with me.
really not thinking that was me.
Cards on the table. Because the more that you're hiding from me,
man,
the less that you tell me.
Yeah.
It's just, I can't help you.
No, I don't have. I didn't. No, that was not me. I didn't have $760. I had $26 the day before. This is, this is, you're gonna be like, oh, this guy's full of shit. Look, I'm a person that believes in God, and I was like, it's meant for me to go. I have $26, and I'm still going. Like I told everybody I'm
Okay.
going to DC with no
okay,
money.
Dan.
I had
So-
no money, so like I just got there. Like
So where did you stay at?
At a rented house,
Oh, be more
like
descriptive.
an Airbnb
It was an Airbnb.
Yeah.
Where was it?
in Arlington.
Arlington, Virginia. Who got it?
Someone named Michelle
Michelle. What's her last name?
Henny.
Okay. So she got the Airbnb.
Yeah,
And how do you know Michelle?
from the rallies.
And what else? That's it.
I mean, she's a Trump supporter. That's it.
You've only seen her at the rallies.
No, I mean I know her like through No, I haven't only seen her at the rallies.
You've only seen her.
No, I've not only. No, I know her.
Okay. Well, tell me about that. Where else have you seen her? How do you know her? What's your relationship like?
She would go to the rallies and she needed some help at her house, so I would help at her house with like. She got into an accident, so she has a hard time remembering, and like her hands, her ex, I don't know if somebody, she got in a car accident because somebody was driving like an asshole. She got injured, and now she's all messed up, and she can't really do that much. Like she has issues like with her hand grabbing stuff, or her mind. She had a concussion and she forgets and she can't remember,
Mm-hmm.
and she's really like. She needs a lot of help. Her mind is like, she'll go to the bathroom and then she'll be like, why am I in here? And
So have you been to her place lately?
no, not late. I mean, I've been to her house, not really recently.
When was the last time you've been to her house?
A few weeks ago, a couple weeks ago.
Okay. And what, were you helping her out, or what were you?
I'll go over there and try to help her out. You know, it's like she needs painting, and like, you know, she went on this. She got people to donate old cans of paint for her, so I went and got her paint, and then I brought it to her house, and then I'm over there mixing and then straining it for her and
Mm-hmm.
getting paint on me. I'm just doing side stuff to help her. She's trying to sell her house.
Okay. And so she was out
She's
there.
she's alone. She lives by herself, and she has nobody to help her. So I'm like, oh, let me see if I can help you. Little things I can do, whatever I'm capable of.
Okay. So she was out. How did she get in DC?
I don't know. I think she flew.
She flew. Okay. And was she at the Capitol?
I think so.
And what did she do there?
Oh, she didn't do anything. She's not a person that.
How do you know that? Did you see her there? Like outside of the Airbnb?
I think I seen her once. I didn't see a lot of people. I was there mostly. I didn't even see. I saw Edward that day, 40 minutes that day, that entire day. We were all separated, so I don't know what she was doing.
You were separated from Ed?
I was separated from everybody. Yeah, I was by myself most of that day.
Are you lying to me again?
No.
What about when you guys were inside the Capitol? When you guys broke into that window?
I didn't. So I came back up, and that window was broken already. I don't know how it was broken. I saw Gina. Well, I didn't see Gina. Gina saw me. She yelled at me with the megaphone. And she's like, DJ, I heard my name. I'm like, yeah, who's calling my name? I'm in DC. Like, DJ, get in there. And then Edward too. Edward's like, go in there, get in there. Man, after I tased the cop, I wasn't trying to do anything anymore. I was like, this is too much. I already did plenty. And I came back up the steps, looking for Edward. I came back looking for everybody, somebody that I knew, because I didn't know anybody. I was by myself. And that window was already broken out, and there was already people in there. So they told me, get in there. And I'm like, okay.
So you weren't busting the window?
And that window was already broken that we went in.
Were you busting the window?
Oh, yeah.
What'd you use to bust the window?
I don't know, somebody was busting it and I decided to help them. It was like a metal pole.
And
And I think that the person who I was helping was the one that filmed that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm. And was Edward there with you?
He was in there, I guess, but I didn't see him the whole time. We talked afterwards, and I never knew he was in there. I even told him, like, where were you? He's like, I was in there.
What about Mello?
No, Mello didn't go in there. Mello is scared to get in trouble. He's just one of those guys who he'll hang around, but if anything happens, he disappears.
So Mello wasn't with you while you were busting the window?
No.
And you're saying you didn't see Ed?
I did see him in there, but not to my memory. I found out afterwards that he was in there, but I don't remember him in my memory, or remember talking to him or seeing him when it was happening. But
you know the video I'm referring to.
He was in there. I saw from the video, but I don't remember him in there. I seen that he was in there, but when it was going on, I didn't remember or see him pay attention.
And you remember what you were saying in that video?
A little bit.
What'd you say?
That they just killed somebody for doing this.
Mm-hmm. And what were you trying to tell everybody?
Just trying to warn everybody. So I didn't want anybody to get killed. Or if they were, they needed to know that it was a possibility. And it's really serious what was going on. Everyone got quiet.
And then where'd you guys go?
Just opened that door and down the hallway, and I think there was nothing else.
Is that you?
Make sure you got those goggles on. They're in the door out. Get some things to help you. Get some things to help you.
Who's saying that right now? Talking about breaking the windows. Is that Gina?
Can you rewind it?
That Ed right there?
Yeah.
Tell me what you're doing. Just give me some narrative. Look for yourself.
Who's that? That's Ed in the brown jacket.
Tell me what you're doing. Just give me some narrative. Look for yourself.
I don't think that's Ed in the brown jacket.
Who was trying to break the window in that video? That was you, right? Why were you trying to break the window?
I think we were gonna be in there for a while.
You're trying to let more people in?
I thought that we were gonna get gassed, honestly, and as a way of breathing or escaping as well.
You were saying get in here.
Yeah, something to get in here.
So you were telling more people to get in there. Like you wanted backup.
I thought we were gonna occupy the building. I thought we were gonna take a couple days or something. I honestly thought it might be like a day or two that we were gonna be in there, and I thought that they were gonna gas mask. I mean, not gas mask. I thought they were gonna tear gas us, so we needed either an escape route or a breathing hole.
So why were you guys going to occupy the building for a couple days? What was the point? Was it to disrupt the process that Congress was going through in confirming Biden?
I didn't know what was going on.
Wait.
No, we were trying to. I didn't have a plan.
You look like a leader in there.
You're ordering people, organizing, moving furniture, busting windows, letting people in.
Telling people to put their goggles on.
It looks like a combat situation.
And you just told us you were planning to stay there for a couple days to take over the United States Capitol.
Like, I don't have food, water. I'm not planning on staying anywhere for any. I just didn't know.
I thought you were going to be there for a couple days.
There was a lot of things. No, yeah, right. I thought it was a possibility. I thought it was possible that this might.
Why
I didn't know.
Why were you guys trying to take the Capitol?
Because we felt that they stole the election. We felt that they stole this country. That it's gone. It's wiped out. America's over. It's destroyed now.
And so, if you took the Capitol, then what?
I don't know. We just thought that. Damn, dude. I don't know. I understand what it's very stupid and ignorant, and I see that it's a big joke that we thought that we were going to save this country. We were doing the right thing and stuff. I get it. I don't know. I don't.
So we can put in our report that you told us that you and Ed entered the Capitol and you guys you personally attempted to break another window to provide you guys the ability to stay there if you needed to for a couple of days in case there was gas, that you would let the gas out.
It wasn't to provide us for days to stay there. I just thought that it was okay. I don't know the floor plan to the Capitol, so when we were in that, we go in through a window that's not like an access normally. Like
Sure.
Like when you go in that room, there was no I don't know how to, like, you had to go through the whole building to get around upstairs or something to get into that room.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know what was on the okay. So there was like a lounge or conference room or it wasn't somebody's personal office.
Right.
It was just like a table and chairs or something, like a coffee table. I don't remember. And then a door. And when you showed me that video, I don't even remember it being like that. I thought that there was stairs to the right that went down, but in that video there was a room. I don't know how I don't know, but I thought that there was gonna be a bunch of like tear gas, and we were gonna get trapped and not be able to breathe, and it's like.
But you went into the Capitol with an intention to disrupt Congress, right? I mean, you were trying
I
to stop what was going on. You were stopping the steal. That was the whole point, right?
I literally didn't know that there was Congress. They were voting that day. I found out afterwards that there was a session that stopped, and then they went back and resumed a session or something.
Didn't Trump talk about it in his speech? You were there for it.
He said to go to the Capitol and let them know something like.
So you assumed when you went to the Capitol that Congress could have been there.
I never once I didn't know I was going in the building until
you did it.
Yeah. I didn't have a plan on doing it.
So hear the question correctly. At the time you went down to the Capitol, President Trump had said, go down there and let them hear your voices, right?
Yeah.
And so you show up to the Capitol, and you're under the impression that there may be people in there that want to hear your voice. So that's why you guys went and protested on the outside. And then you went inside. There could have been people in there, right? Other than the officers.
I don't know I don't know a lot about government. That I don't know what's going on the daily basis.
Let me explain something you clearly know about. Were you legally inside the Capitol? When you entered through a broken window of the United States Capitol building, are you legally in there?
I don't know if that's the law, if it's illegal to enter through a broken window.
If I throw a rock through your sliding glass door at your house, and not as a police officer, I enter in your house, am I legally in your house?
No, you're not.
If you throw a rock through the front of Macy's,
there's people
and you walk into Macy's through the broken window, are you legally inside of Macy's?
I thought that there was people already. It's a public building that people were walking through the front
Did you
door.
enter through a public entrance?
No.
How did you enter?
Window.
Okay, so don't game me, right? So you knew it was illegal to go.
I didn't know. No, I didn't think about it. It didn't enter my mind. I was not considering
breaking a window and then telling people to get in. Like if you see me doing that at Target,
I'm not thinking.
If I bust in Target, and then I tell more people to get in, come on, Danny, come on.
I told you I thought we were doing the right thing.
Well, I would accept the fact that if you told me, yeah, it was illegal, but I thought it was the right thing. At least I could accept that from you, because I would know that you're at least being honest with me. But right now you're just like, oh, well, I don't know. Is it illegal to go through a broken window?
Look, the honest thing is this: that I'm not considering what's legal or what. I'm only considering in my mind what needs to happen, or what I think needs to happen, or what should happen. I'm not thinking like I can't, like your wife's having a baby and you're doing 80 going home. You're not thinking about the speed limit, about the consequences of the ticket or your insurance or injuring somebody. You're only thinking about what's important, and you do know what's right and wrong, but you're not. It's not registering.
Okay, I can live with that, but explain that to me. What were your thoughts at the Capitol when you tasered Officer Fanone, or when you went into the Capitol building?
I thought that we were gonna save this. I thought we were gonna do something. I thought that it was not gonna happen like that. I thought that Trump was the state president, and they were gonna find all this crooked stuff, and we were gonna get. I mean, we found out that we thought that we did something good. We were getting Nancy Pelosi. It was rumored that Nancy Pelosi got her laptop stolen, and that they found all this evidence on it, and it was a secret plan. We were like, it was like we were a distraction. We were put there to go distract, and so somebody can go get Pelosi's laptop and then get all the intel, and then we could just bust everything and find the truth, and it'll be all exposed, and we'll see that she's corrupt or some kind of evidence. And we thought we were part of a bigger thing. We thought we were being used as a part of a plan to save the country, to save America, to save the Constitution, and the election, the integrity.
Like the ends justify the means kind of thing. Is that what you're saying?
We thought
it was okay to do something wrong or illegal.
Yeah, it's like they thought they cheated with Trump, and they did all the elections. They're like, oh, Trump is so bad, where anything is okay, and
so now it's okay.
We didn't go light fires. I wasn't trying to hurt.
But help me understand that for a second. So, it was wrong. It was wrong what they did to Trump, and that was wrong. So it's okay to do illegal things to right that wrong. Am I right? Is that...
Look, when we talk about 1776, we see that there was a lot of violence. We had to go against the government, and people died, and there was actually a country something that came out good out of that, and it took like 3% of the population at that time to fight and to against Britain and create this country. And we knew that the founding fathers had told us about we have to, like, this is gonna come again, and like all these plans were put in place so that this wouldn't happen. And I personally felt that this is something that the founding fathers of the country understood was going to happen again one day, and that we would be needed to do something righteous. And I didn't think that I was going to be the bad guy.
Danny, did you feel like you were the 3% here? Like those people that stormed the Capitol, that those were patriots. Those were people who were doing that because they were the 3% that were going to free our country from fraudulent politicians and schemes of evil people, so that way we could have a republic that was going to be whole again. Is that what you thought? You thought you were that 3% guy. I know, man. I know. It's okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, we know. Look, listen.
so sorry,
We
guys.
know you thought that you were that 3% guy.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know that we were doing the wrong thing. I thought we were doing the fucking right thing. I thought we were gonna be. I'm so stupid. I thought I was gonna be awesome. I thought I was a good guy. I wanted to. You know, my whole life I've been, oh, fuck the police. I really have. And I started to be years ago. I got involved. I came back from Arizona and I lived here. I came back home to California and I got involved with some bad people, some gang members, and I wanted to grow weed. I was growing weed. I got involved with the wrong people. I'm telling you, like, people, killers, like tattoos all over their face, like not good people. And I was growing weed with them, and I was like, yeah, this is cool. There I got low riders and this and that, and I was like, oh, this is that lifestyle that's for me and whatever. But it wasn't. I didn't fit in. I'm a good person and I wanted to be a bad person, and it just didn't work for me. And I kept getting robbed, and they kept taking from me. And then Trump. And I was listening to Infowars, and I was like getting patriotic, and I ended up leaving all those people behind me, and I ended up being homeless. I put myself to be homeless because I didn't want to deal with these people anymore. They had something over me, and I'm lucky that I lost everything. I lost everything that I have nothing. I had what was in a suitcase, and now I don't even have that suitcase. But I wanted to be a good person. I wanted to get away from those criminals. I'm like, they don't have honor and integrity. They're not like what they seem. They're not about loyalty. This is not the kind of people that I want to be around. I was homeless, and I went and I called my mom, and I told her I needed somewhere to stay. I needed to come back home and move in. And Trump was already, like, this is 2015, and I was already into Infowars and Alex Jones, and he's backing up Trump, and I'm like, all right, man, this is it. I'm gonna fight for this. I want to do this, and I went to Whittier and I volunteered for the Trump campaign. I did door to door. I did phone calls. I did all these things, and I just I went to the rally that when Trump came to town, we landed in Santa Monica. I was at that Beverly Hills Park, and I'm telling you, I argued with 200-300 people, and every single one of them, which is I embarrassed all of them. It was great. It was old videos. I don't know if there's video. You've seen those? Because I haven't even seen those.
I saw some on YouTube. It was
years ago, like 3-4 years ago. Then.
It was the one where Trump was in L.A., right?
Yeah, when he came to California.
Did he come a couple times? Because I saw one maybe like a couple years ago.
This was years ago. Yeah, he landed in Santa Monica, and he went somewhere in Beverly Hills, and I didn't know anybody. I couldn't find the rally, but I found the protesters. Little did I know there was actual Trump support like down the block somewhere. But I show up by myself with all the haters or whatever. But where was I going with this?
Listen, you needed a cause. You needed a cause, and you found a cause. And listen, that cause has a lot of good things about it. Being a patriot's a great thing.
Oh my God! But look what we're doing.
Supporting the Constitution's a great thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But listen, people make mistakes. Yeah. Entering the Capitol on January 6th, that That was a mistake. That was a bad choice. Tasering Officer Fanone, that was a really bad choice too.
Yeah.
But
I just thought that we were gonna end up
on the right side.
We're gonna end up on the right side, and we had to get in there, and the cops were stopping us, and it's like, we don't want to fight with you. You're not, like like you're protecting evil people. You're like, this is not right. And I didn't think I was gonna hurt a cop.
You got swept up in the moment. Trying to do the right thing.
Dude, that mob. When they say mob mentality, that's a thing.
Sure.
That really is. I didn't understand. Like, I don't, like, that's just a saying.
But
that's a thing.
True. It can pull on your emotions.
I didn't realize.
But in the moment when you tased Officer Fanone, and in the moments when you went into the Capitol, you were aware that you were there, and you weren't having an out-of-body experience. You knew what was going on. You called for a taser. Even though you were swept up in it, you called for a taser. And not only did you take the taser, but then you put that taser on Officer Fanone's neck.
You even asked how to use it.
Yes, I did.
So what happened after? Did you walk in through the Capitol?
No, I mean, I went in, and then everybody started leaving. Like everybody went in, and then next thing you know, everybody was gone. And some girl was like, "Hey, everybody's leaving. Everyone's gone. Why?" And I go, "The cops." And we just ran out of there. And then we came out, and it was all tear gas everywhere. And everything looked different. Everybody was gone. It was nothing but law enforcement, and there was patriots just throwing up and choking and crying. And
did you take anything from the Capitol?
No.
You didn't take anything out from inside the Capitol building at all?
No.
If I told you we have a photo of you...
Somebody gave that to me. There was like a pouch with an orange strap on it.
Yeah.
I don't have that anymore.
How'd you get it?
Some guy gave it to me. He had 2 of them.
Was he inside the Capitol when he gave it to you?
No, he gave it to me on the outside when we took the picture.
Okay.
He had two pouches under a jacket or something, and he didn't feel. I don't think he felt. I think he felt he was gonna get caught or something.
How did you get rid of that pouch?
I gave it back to him.
So you just held it for the photo, or did you bring it back here to LA?
No, I didn't bring it back to. I had it with me in the van, and then he said he gave it to me, and then he offered. He said, we probably shouldn't have that.
So where did you offload it?
I gave it back to him. He
But where were you at? You said it was you had it in the van. So was it in D.C., in Virginia, in Texas, in California?
No, it was in D.C. somewhere. I don't know where he got rid of it. I think he just threw it in the garbage in like a trash can.
At the Airbnb?
I think so.
Who was it that gave you those pouches?
I don't know his name. He has a beard.
He was with you at the Airbnb?
After. He didn't stay there. He visited, like, that night. Like, he came.
Who else knows him?
I don't know if anybody knows him.
How did he get invited back to Airbnb?
Because we recognized his face from Beverly Hills.
So he's from LA?
Yeah.
Who is he right here?
Oh. It's this guy right here where you can't see him. There's a person right here.
A person where?
Where?
There's a person in here somewhere. Like there's gray or something. Like that's like that. There's a person there.
Are you sure it's not this guy? He has a beard?
No, not him. No, he's from like he's not from California.
Who's him? Who is he?
I don't know. He was somebody that we saw. I have no idea who that guy was. I thought he was cool though.
Name these people for me.
Yeah, who's this guy?
That's Mello.
Okay, who's this?
Yeah, weird. I don't know. Michelle. I don't know him. He's not from California though. That's Al from Scottsdale.
Do you know his last name?
Mm-mm.
Who knows him?
Al?
Mm-hmm.
Michelle. Oh, you know what? Michelle don't even like him. I don't know who knows him.
And he drove with you guys? Is that the guy that
We
the Al
picked
that?
up. Yeah, that's the Al that picked up on the way.
Okay.
Is this?
I don't know who that is. That might be Marcy. It might be Marcy. I don't know if that's a guy or a girl. That's Andy. That's I don't know. And the girl, I don't know either.
And who all stayed in the Airbnb? Who actually slept there?
I don't know because there was 3 or 4. There was people already there when we got there, and then they were there the one night, and then I didn't like. There was this cute girl there, and then she disappeared. I don't know where she went. She's not in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Not all those people stayed there. I don't think. Like, okay, so there was it was 3 stories, and our little area was the bottom, the basement part, and there was a separate entrance. So unless you go upstairs, you don't know who's there, and you don't know, like.
How many people you think total were there?
There was a lot. I mean, there was a lot of people there, but there was, like I said, there
Like
was,
how many? How many is a lot? 20, 30, 50?
Oh, let me see it.
Step out for a quick second.
Yeah, maybe like less than 20.
Less than 20?
I mean, if there's 10, 11 people right there.
So just an additional
Like
10?
Yeah, maybe at the most. Can I use the restroom too?
Yeah, hold on. You wanna...
Yeah, let's take a break.
Okay.
Go ahead and slip your shoes on. Let me go clear the glass. on with it.
Oh, no, I'm telling you. Oh, I was gonna say, the one down here. Okay. Well. Okay. Well, there wasn't a sign on there? On the door? So I didn't know, but you want five before the back to the garage.
Austin,
You gotta get the second floor, because that's where they'll go.
can you do that real quick because they need it?
Yeah.
The arrest warrant, can you take care of that real quick?
Just email it to them.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He's got to file paperwork real quick here. I'm gonna, is that? Yeah, good. Okay, so.
2 seconds.
Yep. I have a question for you. I mostly work international terrorism cases, so I work like the ISIS and stuff like that. So I don't deal a lot with
Can I come work with you?
right? But what I do want to know about, you said something that was interesting to me, and I know very little about it. But I know that there's this group that's like 3% group. What is that about?
The 3% group is something that they lie about. They tell you what it is, and it's not that. What it is it's just, we believe that there was 3% of the population that overthrew the former British government.
Right.
Now that would include all of our founding fathers, everyone we've ever heard of, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, all of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's all. They were all the three. They were just. That's all it took was the 3%ers. And when Trump was, at his peak, way more than 3% support. So we figure like, hey, we only need 3% of the population to overthrow a corrupt government.
Yeah.
So when you say 3%er, we see ourselves as people protecting the country.
Okay.
Like we're the 3% who are willing to do something and not just watch it happen.
So how does it? Is it like a group or?
There is an official, I believe, 3%ers, which is supposed to be the people laying in wait, right? Like, oh, we're ready to save this country. We're ready to do something. But a lot of them are just behind the keyboard and
Just like keyboard warrior kind of thing.
yeah. And then there's other people who don't consider themselves 3%ers who went to DC and maybe they did storm the Capitol and maybe they're considered the 3%ers of today.
So you had a 3% sticker on your car, on your black Infiniti, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what did that signify to you?
It signified the patriot movement, the original patriots that love America, our founding fathers. That's what it symbolizes to me, the people who actually stood up to create this country.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a 3%er is to me, somebody who was just...
Did you have any did you go to any meetings with people that were 3%ers?
No.
Were you any part of like a
No, I don't know.
Telegram channel that had 3%ers in it, or?
No. As far as I know, of everybody I know, I would be the only one that would say I'm a 3%er. Like,
Okay.
claim it or put a sticker. I don't know anybody that has a sticker or a shirt or a tattoo or meetings, or I have never met with any militia or
Okay.
I'm just by myself 3%er.
So how did you come into to know about the 3% stuff?
I think from InfoWars.
Just from
I think
Infowars?
Yeah.
Are you on any channels, like any Reddits or any 4chan, 99chan, 8chan, none of that stuff? You don't do any of that stuff, or what about, what kind of communications do you use? Like
I just
Telegram, right?
Well, recently, yeah, Telegram.
So you had we had talked about, what's the name of it? The MAGA gang. You said there was another one that you used? Another, was it the
Like Constitutional Patriots or something. it was
Patriots
called.
40?
Patriots Forever.
Patriots MAGA 45 or something like that?
The names change, I don't know.
Well, you were an administrator for them.
I was on one of them that I changed the name.
What was that one called?
That was that MAGA gang one.
And that was changed to what? Patriots
I haven't
45?
No, I haven't changed it for...
Were you in the Telegram channel, the Patriots 45?
I don't know.
It's like Patriots 40, MAGA 45 or something like that?
Maybe. I don't know.
If I told you somebody told me that you were the administrator for that?
Oh, I've only been an administrator for that one.
Okay. What's
Yep.
your handle on Telegram? Do you have a handle you use?
Yeah, it's I think it was Trump Mafia 1776.
And is that the only handle that you use on Telegram?
I made a new one.
What was the new one?
My name is Sonny, SONNY. Days, DAISE. Outside without a T. That was for you, for the FBI.
Why?
Sunny days outside. That's what I want.
Okay. So you just have Trump Mafia 1776 and Sunny Days Outside without a T.
Yeah.
Any other ones?
For Telegram, no.
What about, what other channels or platforms do you use? Instagram, Twitter?
I have a YouTube. That's about it. I mean, yesterday or the day before, I opened up I got a new phone. Well, not a new phone, but I got a new app for Instagram, but I haven't set it up. Or what's the other one? Yeah, Instagram. I mean, I started one, but I don't even know if the profile's filled out. So I'm not
Facebook?
I have a Facebook, but I don't go on it. I haven't been on it since January.
What about Twitter?
I had a Twitter, but I haven't been on a Twitter for a couple of years, probably.
Do you remember any of the YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter handles?
My YouTube is Trump Mafia, I think.
Any other ones?
I don't remember Twitter. Twitter was probably just DJ Rodriguez.
Okay.
And what was the other one? Facebook?
Instagram or Facebook?
Facebook is Daniel Rodriguez.
Did you have any spam accounts?
What's that? No.
Spam accounts are alias accounts. You just had one account on each of these platforms other than Telegram?
Alias accounts?
Or multiple accounts? Like, some people have
Well, I had
channels.
I had another YouTube account, which is my original, but they kicked me off.
What was that one called?
That was that's just my name. That's just my normal one.
Just Daniel Rodriguez?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. But my email is Donald Jefferson, and I think it was under Donald Jefferson, and they kicked me because I had to make a new email address to get back on YouTube, because they wouldn't let me on YouTube because of whatever videos I was liking or commenting.
Is it
or
Donald
sharing.
Jefferson at Gmail?
Donald Jefferson 82 at Gmail.
Did you only have a Google email account? Did you have any other ones?
I have another email.
Okay.
It's the Trump Mafia 1776, I think.
At Gmail?
Yeah, and I had to make that one just for YouTube, so I can get on YouTube.
Did you have Yahoo or
Oh, I had Yahoo.
Outlook?
No, I mean, no.
You did have a Yahoo account?
Oh, but no, no, I don't think I did.
Okay.
It would have been like 15 years ago or something. I don't remember.
So only 2 email accounts that you know of? I'm not going to find more email accounts on your electronic devices.
No, just Gmail. It's just Gmail. Like
Which Gmail?
the Donald Jefferson 82 is my main email.
What phone platforms do you use?
What do you mean?
Use
Android?
WhatsApp?
No.
Do you have a WhatsApp account?
No.
What's your cell phone number?
626-935-5176.
What about Skype? Any other platforms that you can talk or send end-to-end encrypted communications over? WeChat, Tango, Viber. You're shaking your head, but is that a no?
Nothing. Just Telegram.
Okay. What
And text message.
Do you have Text Secure?
No, I don't think so.
What payment apps do you use? Zelle?
Nothing.
Venmo?
No.
None of that stuff? Cash App?
No.
Nothing? Your only bank account is through Chase?
Yeah.
And you said you formerly had a Bank of America?
Yeah.
With the other people in your group, Mello or Ed, Michelle, how did you communicate with them? When you weren't in person?
Text message.
Over like iMessage or over text message over Telegram?
Sometimes Telegram or just regular message. Just regular text, cell phone text.
Okay. So, after you left the Capitol and you went back to Airbnb, then what happened?
Nothing. We came back.
What day did you leave?
The
The
next
next
morning.
day? The next
Yeah.
morning? Okay.
Yeah.
And who all was in the van coming back?
The same people.
Okay, so Marcy, Andy, Ed, Al, Mello, and you.
Wait a minute. Al wasn't there. I think Al flew back. Al flew back, and we took his stuff to his house for him. His luggage or whatever he had. He brought too much stuff.
Did he have any souvenirs he took from the Capitol?
No. As far as I know, nobody took anything home from the Capitol.
Let's talk about who did you meet up with from your LA area, people that you knew. Who did you meet up with over in DC? Or who did you know that traveled from LA that was part of your group that you knew was in DC at the same time you were?
It was just that girl Kayla, Chris Almani, some guy named Sana.
Sana?
Yeah.
Okay.
We knew a lot of people though. I mean, if
Sure.
you go to all the rallies.
Gina was there.
Gina.
Did you talk to Gina before she got arrested?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you find out from her?
Nothing. I mean, we just said hi. I mean, we didn't talk about anything else. I don't really know her that well.
Did you go over to her house?
I've been to her house.
After January 6th? Have you been to her house?
Yeah, I went one time. Yes.
With Ed?
No.
With who?
Gabe, the guy who turned a rat.
What do you mean?
The guy who's snitching on everyone. He's a Trump supporter, and he had all this. He used to always pick fights with BLM and Antifa, and we always have problems with him, making us look bad, and he was wanting to get violent, and now he's turned on us. Or me.
What happened when you went with Gabe to talk to Gina?
It was just like a touch base. It was just like, hey, you know, we made it, we're back, everything's okay, are you okay, kind of thing.
What is Gabe gonna say happened?
I don't know about that guy. I mean, I haven't had contact with him, and he was really quiet. He looked like he didn't like what happened. He was just kind of staring at the floor a little bit or something, like sitting on the couch quiet. And Gina and I were talking about DC, and he was just quiet, and I mean, and then he left and I left. We were only there for like 30 minutes maybe.
Is there any reason why Gina would tell us that you told her not to say anything about you being at the Capitol?
Yeah, I mean,
is that what you guys talked about?
I guess. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're like, don't talk about this and don't tell anybody. And
did you threaten her?
No.
But you told her not to say anything.
Well, I didn't tell her. I mean, I think it was. No, I don't even think I told her not to say anything. I just think it was just applied and so assumed or implied that.
Well, tell me what you said, because I don't want to put words in your mouth. Tell me how the conversation went.
I really didn't talk to Gina too much. I mean, we were over there and just talking, and I was smoking some weed on her patio. That's it.
And
I didn't threaten her or tell her to do anything.
But you guys did talk about not saying anything to the police about what happened in DC.
We weren't even talking necessarily about not talking about police. We were saying not to talk about this to anyone that we know.
So just don't tell anybody?
Just keep it quiet and don't tell anybody anything, and let's try to live our lives normal, but not really know. Like I said, we thought everything was going to turn out different, and we didn't know that this was going to be like this. It was all a second thought. We weren't thinking about, let's go do something and get away with it after. We just didn't even think about, I didn't even think about what we were going to do. I mean, yeah, I played it in my mind, like scenarios or just my imagination or something, but I didn't have a definite plan, or we didn't work any details out. I didn't work, you know. I mean, Edward and I would butt heads. He would want to do one thing, I want to do another, and you know, so we're not like, we're just out there just with. I'm out there without a plan.
Okay. So whose idea was it to go to paintball to practice?
Oh, that was Edward. Edward owns a paintball gun, so he wanted. I think he just wanted friends to go out there and beat a paintball with him, and he's probably using it as an excuse to go train or get in shape or.
And earlier when we talked about things you might have done to prepare to go on January 6th, you had mentioned you had done some working out or something like that, running or something. You said.
Oh, you know, just yeah, jogging, just jogging.
Why were you jogging to go back to the Capitol?
Because we thought that we were going to be fighting a bunch of Antifa and BLM, and we didn't want to be getting beat up.
Okay. When did you take up jogging?
Oh, like 6 months ago, 4 months ago, 4 months ago maybe.
So like right after the election?
Maybe. Yeah, I guess. Around the election, around October, we'll say October, cause I've been getting out of shape and not. I mean, I'm 38. if you don't exercise, you get your body. It took a while for me to get back able to, like, I couldn't jog. I was like, it looked really awkward, and it's like my muscles weren't there anymore. Like my brain was like run, and like my body was not able to run. Like I couldn't even.
Yeah.
So no, I was just trying to get in shape. It's not necessarily like something with like I have all these intentions of I'm not some commando guy that I'm trying to get in. Look how skinny I am. I know I'm just trying to get in a little shape.
But at least part of your going. Let me ask the question, please.
Mm-hmm.
So part of the going to training at paintball
Mm-hmm.
or shooting at the firing range.
Well, paintball was just for fun.
Please let me finish the question, okay?
Sorry.
So paintball originally, you said Ed was trying to get people together for formations. Although it didn't turn out that way, he was trying to get them together to practice like how they would go up against BLM or Antifa.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. And then after the election, you attempted to buy a gun. Let me finish, please.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys did go to a shooting range after the election.
No, before.
You jogged.
We just went out to the desert to go shoot.
You went to the desert to
Yeah.
shoot after the election?
No, it was before. It was a while ago. It was okay, maybe it was after. It was in November, I
Yeah.
think. I remember I had a rented car when we went. It was
Who rented it?
No, I had a rental because
you had a
my car was totaled. I got an accident,
Mhm.
so my insurance company gave me a rental car, and I remember we went in that rental car to go shoot, and
Okay.
we went out to some legal spot where we could go
Lido
shoot.
Creek?
No, that's where I live. No, we went somewhere else.
Like on BLM land or
Yeah,
something?
yes, somewhere with Edward looked up.
Okay.
I kind of remember.
What was the point of that? Was part of it to prepare for like the Antifa
I don't. No, not for me.
Okay.
I've been shooting, and it's just fun.
Thank you, sir.
It's just I've been shooting with other people, and it's just for fun. I don't own a gun, so it's like just to go for fun. It's not tactical. Like
Sure.
I don't have a. Yeah, you're not gonna read any messages or find anything on me that I'm out there like trying to prepare for shooting people.
Did you buy smoke grenades?
Yeah.
When did you buy those?
When we went paintballing.
What was it for?
For paintballing? Oh,
You didn't use them during the paintball though.
No, you know what I use them. What I wanted them for was for our rally in Huntington Beach. I believe I originally bought red smoke grenades to do them at the beach at Huntington Beach.
Did you take them with you to DC?
I think so. Yes, I took two. I took 2 smoke grenades because I thought that it would help us if we were trying to escape like BLM or Antifa or something, like they were surrounding us or.
Where'd you buy those at?
So it's a paintball store.
Do you remember the name?
Critical.
What else did you buy that ended up on going with you to DC?
Nothing. I didn't have any money.
What did like Ed buy or whoever else went with you? What other equipment?
Ed bought the gas mask and the van, the rental. I mean.
What else? What other equipment?
Walkie-talkies.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. You had that clipped on your.
Yeah, we bought
Sure.
He bought some walkie-talkies.
What was that for? What was the purpose of the walkie-talkies?
So we wouldn't. Because right before that, I think there was a remember in Tennessee or Memphis or somewhere there was a bomb. Do you remember that RV?
Mm-hmm.
And it wiped out all the cell phones. So we thought that it was possible that they might do a bombing in DC, and that we won't have any cell phone communication. So we were just preparing to find each other with the walkie-talkies. That's all.
Who all had walkie-talkies in DC?
Well, there was 4 walkie-talkies, and there was only 2 of them charged. So, I mean, I think it was me, Mello, Andy, and Edward. But Mello kept it in his pocket, and Andy's was dead. So it was just me and Ed, and then I think the batteries just died because we had just bought them. We didn't even charge them, so we were just walking around with dead walkies for most of the day.
Okay. So while you were stepped away, we went over his Telegram, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, his emails, his cell phone number, other accounts he uses. And then they left the next morning after January 6th, and it was Marcy, Andy, Ed, Mello, and DJ Al flew back, and they dropped his stuff off.
Al, for some reason, either wanted to stay later or something. He didn't like to drive.
Yeah.
He was the one from Arizona? Right?
Yeah. He was doing all this complaining, so I think maybe, like, he didn't want to go back, or he was just complaining. The music's too loud.
And then he said he met up with out there Kayla, Chris Almonte, somebody named Sana, and Gina. And then we talked a little bit about Gina, and he said that after January 6th, he did go to Gina's house with Gabe one time, and they did discuss not saying anything to anyone.
Okay. So you told Gina that?
Yeah, we're just not going to talk about it with anybody.
Did you threaten her at all?
No, for sure no.
So she's not going to say that?
I would hope not.
What about
No, she's a sweet woman. I wouldn't threaten her. And plus, what I did. Well, how can I threaten? I mean, if I threaten her, she's just gonna turn me in, right?
any? I'm just curious. Any other statements regarding now President Joe Biden? Was there ever a time where you were angry or threatened to assassinate him or say anything?
For sure no. For sure no. I realized what happened, and if
I'm talking about before and after.
No, for sure no. No.
Because there's people saying that you did say that.
Okay, then you.
I'll be completely honest with you.
They said what?
Because it's
What are they saying?
We've been talking for a while now.
Did I mean threatening Joe Biden's life? For sure no.
So I need to hear from you.
If I was number one, that's like a federal offense. Like I already know that you threatening the president is a very serious accusation. If you say something on the phone, I think, from what I understand, it like might trip up like an automatic thing where you're recorded or something.
Did you ever say anything related like I would never live under a Biden regime? I would rather die.
Oh, over my dead body. You mean over my dead body? I said.
If I got the opportunity, I would assassinate Joe Biden.
No, I didn't say that. I said Joe Biden's going to be president over my dead body. I remember. And I'm still alive, so I failed.
So then if you had the opportunity, you would.
Not anymore. Nothing like that. Like I don't.
In the past, though, you had those ideations. You had thought about like in the past when you were upset about the election and
No.
Come on, Dan. Full download, man.
No. I'm not gonna be able to take out Joe Biden. I'm not delusional.
I'm not saying that you actually think you could. I'm just saying, did you say it?
No.
Did you express that emotion?
No.
Or that desire? Because there are people that did say that you said that.
I don't care what they said.
I'm just letting you know because I don't want there to be any confusion when it comes up that you lied to us or that you weren't fully honest with us, so that I'm laying all our cards on the table, showing you what we know.
Yeah,
and so, because like I said, you're the one that DC's got this freaking hard on for because of what you did, just with the officer, right? So if someone else says it, 3, 4, 5 other people are saying that you made these statements, who do you think they're going to believe? And if you're saying...
There's not 3 or 4 or 5 people out there that I talk to that I would say...
I'm just saying, if we find more... But if you come to us and say, like, hey, I said this because I was upset, there was... Like, if you give us context. like, this happened, I saw this on InfoWars, or heard about this.
The worst thing I said was Joe Biden will be president over my dead body.
Mm-hmm.
As if I'm going to give up my own life to stop this.
And that's how you felt?
I thought that I wasn't coming back at one point, yeah. I was prepared to not come back.
You were prepared to give up your life to prevent him from being president?
No, to save the country.
But I mean, that's the same thing, right?
Was that when you went to
I
DC?
thought we were saving the country, and I thought that it was just I'm nothing, I'm nobody, and for what the future is, it's because the future, there's the future of the country and the kids and everybody that, what is,
So you thought you were going to martyr yourself for the cause of the country?
I'm so stupid.
Is that what?
I didn't, no, I don't have a death wish, I don't want to die, I don't want to.
Well, there's difference from having a death wish than being willing to die for a cause, right?
I don't want to die at all.
But you did want to die for the cause at one point. You just told us that.
I was willing to, I didn't want to.
Right.
I was prepared that was a possibility,
Mm-hmm.
but clearly I don't. I like my life. I like my freedom and my life. I don't want to. I didn't go there to die. I could have died this morning. I could have not come out of the room.
When you were fighting with Officer Fanone, did you think that might be that you might be in that moment where this might be the real deal? This might be the real thing for the cause here. This might be that turning point for the.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that that's what was happening. I thought that we were making it happen. I thought we were saving the democracy and the election and.
Were you willing to take Officer Fanone's life for the cause?
No, I didn't try to take his life. I
But
knew.
Have you ever said that in the past that you would be willing to, kill someone in combat, an officer if need be,
Ooh.
if they were?
Oh no, I don't think I ever said anything like that.
Because there's people saying that you said that too.
And
Just so
there actually might be like digital evidence that says that from you.
I don't think there is.
Well, that's not really a denial if you're saying I don't think there is.
No, I don't think I ever said anything like that. Or felt that.
Is it possible you said that?
I don't believe it is. I would remember feeling that way or thinking like that.
Danny, it sounds like you were willing to die for your cause. Which I get. I totally understand.
I don't feel it's my cause. I think it's a bigger cause. It's not just me. It's for everyone.
You were willing to
Totally.
die for
Yeah.
the benefit of the country,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You were willing to die for the benefit of the country. That's pretty serious thing, right? Were you also willing to kill somebody who was trying to disrupt that or trying to hurt the country? Because, honestly,
I didn't go planning to murder anybody,
I'm not saying that.
but I knew that it was a possibility that
There could be casualties.
there could be
in it.
casualties. That, like, if this was another Civil War, this was another 1776, another 4th of July or something, that could be a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
And
Officer Fanone was just a casualty. That's part of it, right? I mean, because you're thinking it's like.
You went through taser training before?
Mhm.
And you've been tased?
Mhm.
So he's been tased before, Officer Fanone.
Mhm.
And he has a lot of neck tattoos. That's painful too, right?
Okay. So where are you going with that?
I'm not going anywhere with that.
So you're saying he just had a little bit of pain?
I don't know how much pain he has. I've never been tased. I'm sorry, I don't know what it's like. He can tase me.
But it seems like you were saying those things to be dismissive about the harm that you caused him.
If I could go back and yes, I wouldn't do it again. But what I did, I can't undo it. And I have I'm embarrassed by it. I'm ashamed by it. And my mom's gonna find out about it probably.
But Danny, the issue is, when you went to DC, and when you thought that you were part of this 3% civil war that you were going to be fighting for freedom, when you tased Officer Fanone, he was standing in your way of fighting for freedom. Right? Was he one of those? Were you willing to accept him as a casualty if it so be meant that this?
No, I wasn't trying to. I would have stayed there and like helped them like do something, like hurt him, or he said that they were trying to get his gun. They said they were chanting to kill him with his. I didn't hear any of that. I didn't do any of that. And honestly, I just walked up when they were pulling him out, and I saw that video where there was people protecting him, and I probably should have. I didn't know that they were gonna try to get his. I didn't know.
But if that happened, that's a casualty of war, right?
No, I wasn't willing to kill an officer.
Let's talk about these people.
This person is from New Jersey. I don't know her.
Who's this?
That's Chris.
Who's this?
That's that guy Sana. And I don't really know him. I just know his name is Sana.
Where's he from?
They're all from here.
LA.
We're all from LA except for this person. This person, we just met that day. Or I just met her.
From LA proper, Brentwood. You don't know?
I mean, we're Beverly Hills, Raleigh, like area,
Okay.
people.
Who's this?
Okay. Her name is Rip. I don't really know her too well.
Was she from LA?
Yeah.
Did she travel with you guys?
No.
Did you guys transport anything for her?
I think these two girls are cute. That's all I know about them. I don't know where they live.
Who's this?
That's Kayla.
Kaylin?
No, Kayla.
Kayla. Who's this?
It's me.
You know who these two people are?
There's a glare.
Any glasses?
No, there's a glare from the light.
Do you see this? Is that an American flag neck scarf and a brown jacket?
Oh, is that edible?
Is this also an American flag neck scarf and a brown jacket?
Oh, yeah, it's edible, I guess.
You know who this is? Who is it? Why do you protect her?
She doesn't know what's going on.
Oh, I think she does.
She's not part of this.
I think she is. Then you have to start telling me why she's not. Because right now, she's renting the car that you guys drove. So she knows everything, Danny. And you told her everything too.
No.
This is Kaylin.
Just leave her out.
Is it Kaylin?
Just please leave her alone. That girl is just such a sweetheart. She's so innocent. She doesn't have anybody.
She's from Philadelphia, right?
In Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, right? She's a nanny.
Yeah.
You gotta talk to me. If you want me to help her out, then I need to know what her exposure is. Because right now,
I haven't told
she's
her
part of the
anything.
group.
I've kept her with no information.
What's your relationship with her?
I like her. How much?
Does she like you?
Not really.
She's with Ed, right?
Kind of, but he don't really like her.
Ed kind of uses women, right? He sleeps with a lot of different girls.
Yeah.
Did Ed use her to rent the vehicle?
I don't know. Maybe.
Did Ed tell you that she rented the vehicle?
No, he didn't tell me anything. He's supposed to be the one that was running it.
She goes to the rallies with you guys?
No.
She in the Telegram channel?
Yeah.
So she knew what you guys were about.
She's just not on there though. Like she doesn't. I put messages to her and she doesn't read them, or she doesn't go on there. She has it, but she's not on there.
So if you're not in a relationship with her, why are you loyal to her and protecting her? And if she doesn't truly know anything, why do you get so emotional about her?
She's the only one I have. She's the only thing I have besides my mom. That's the truth. That's all it is. She's someone I've talked to. She's a friend.
But you've confided into her all of the things that you've done.
No. No, I don't want to scare her. I don't want her to worry and stuff. She probably won't be around. Ed already tried to scare her away from me, saying that I'm no good. And I don't know, maybe he told her stuff about DC. You might know more. You might know more about them.
Did you or Ed or anybody else threaten anybody after January 6th, tell them to not talk?
I don't really threaten anyone. I mean, I don't threaten anyone. I haven't threatened anyone, no.
Did you ever make any communications to anybody, whether it be through text communication or verbal communication, telling somebody that if they talked to the police or went to the police, that there would be consequences?
No. I definitely didn't do that. And you would be able to prove it, so why would it lie?
So we started off our conversation today about we wanted to get to know the story of Danny. And basically, I'm going to try to summarize the story that you've told us so far. And I want you to tell me where I'm wrong, if it's wrong.
Who is this guy?
Just when my partner goes out, he's just another
It's
agent.
just two people to protect.
Yeah, he's just another agent in our office. So, essentially, you have been a fan and a supporter of Trump for a long period of time. And when Trump became president, you were motivated to try to join the military, but the army didn't take you based off of your prior history. But you volunteered to do canvassing on behalf of the campaign, and then at some point in August of 2020, you started attending Trump rallies, most of them in the Beverly Hills area, but some of them in Huntington Beach and
Politicians' houses.
And the politicians' houses. And at some point after the election, when it appeared to you that Biden was going to be declared the winner,
I didn't think Biden was ever going to be declared winner.
But at some point you believed that the election was stolen from Trump, that Trump had won in a landslide, but that those votes weren't being legally counted. And some of that information you got from InfoWars and from some of the other videos that you were seeing of like ballots being moved about in boxes and things like that. Is that correct so far?
Yeah, Steven Crowder or Mark Dice.
Okay.
InfoWars. It's all over.
Right.
Hodge Twins. There's tons of channels that evidence everywhere. Overwhelming evidence that it's been stolen. Everything's not right.
Right.
We need to fix this.
And part of your background and your experience was that you felt like at some point you got involved with the 3% belief.
No,
Do you know
yeah.
how far back was that, by the way?
I just felt like I don't know anybody else that calls himself a 3%er, or
Sure.
so I just nobody around my friends, my circle, like knew what that was about patriotism.
But at
about
some
jump-
point you got involved.
Yeah, I just
Do you
thought
remember,
I just
like,
thought
when
that
it
that was cool. Yeah, I was putting stickers on my car. I'm like, okay, let me order something online and put it on my car, and that's all it was. It was never a meeting. I never met another.
I know, and I was going to get to all that, but what I was just wondering, when did that 3% stuff start to like kind of be something that you were really interested in?
Oh, maybe like 10 years ago. At least like 2013, 2012.
Okay, when did you get the sticker for your car?
When I got the car.
Which was I don't know that date.
I got that car in 2017, probably the black one.
Okay, and that's when you put the 3% sticker on it.
Yeah, I mean, I had Infowars sticker, California Republic sticker, American flag sticker, even had a Thin Blue Line sticker. I had all the stickers on there. 3%er, 1776.
Okay, so back to my summary of what you've told us thus far. And then you and some of the other friends that were part of your Telegram Patriots, whatever the Telegram group was, MAGA gang, and they're also the group of friends that attends those Beverly Hills rallies had decided you guys were going to heed the call of President Trump and travel back to D.C. Part of what you thought, though, could take place when you went to D.C. was that you guys were going to encounter BLM and Antifa, who were there to be opposing, like they had been in other rallies here in California.
We were originally going to go protect. The original intent was, a possibility was to go protect the Capitol.
From Antifa and BLM.
From vandalism and
right.
fires.
And so you, in order to make sure that you guys were equipped for that because of all your experiences that you lived.
And that's why we needed the gas mask. And
the gas masks, the bear spray, the tasers, all those things were because you thought you guys were going to be engaged in some sort of civil war with BLM and Antifa. You arrive by van, you attend the Trump rally on the morning of the 6th, and then you go to the Capitol and you breach through the Capitol area. You end up in the area where the tunnel is, and at some point you engage with Officer Fanone after receiving a taser from some mysterious person after you called for a taser. You tasered Officer Fanone. You reviewed those videos with us that you confirmed that is you tasing Officer Fanone in those videos. And at some point after tasering Officer Fanone, you end up on breaching the Capitol through a glass window that was already broken. And once inside the Capitol, we showed you that video of you inside the Capitol, and you confirmed that that was you that was trying to break the other window open. And you believed at some point you may be there for a while, and so you needed to open that other window for ventilation in case you were tear gassed. But at some point, those things all occurred, correct? That's what you've told us thus far. Then you left from there. You took a photo with somebody else, at the guy outside that had the little gas bag or whatever it was, the hazmat bag.
Yeah, when we came out, we took that picture.
You took those pictures. You went back to the Airbnb. You left the following day in the van, and it was everybody except for Al came back in the van. And you confirmed, at least in part, that one of Ed's goals may have been for the paintball training was to practice, should you guys go up against Antifa or BLM, to make sure you guys knew how to work together as a team.
I don't know if that was his intent or his goals, but that's what I thought it might be.
Okay. And you acquired, at some point you acquired the smoke grenades for going to those rallies.
No, I had the smoke grenades because we went paintballing, but they didn't let us use them at the paintball. So
Well, you
I
bought them at the paintball place.
Yeah, and I just had
And you
them.
said you were going to use them maybe at the Huntington rally.
Yeah.
And you didn't.
Yeah.
But then you ended up on taking those along with your knife, your pepper spray, and the gas mask that Ed gave you. Those all ended
I
up
take
in...
a knife everywhere. I didn't think
I understand. I'm just saying the items you told us you took. All those ended up going with you back to the Capitol. When you tasered officers...
We didn't... that stuff stayed in the van. We didn't...
It went to the Capitol region. Let me be
yeah,
clear.
it went to Arlington, but it never went into D.C.
Okay. The van went in D.C.? So when you offloaded it, it stayed at the Airbnb?
No, we took a Uber into
Uber
D.C.
to D.C.?
Yeah.
How many people went in the Uber?
Well, we had a couple Ubers. It was
Okay.
it was just...
Who paid for the Ubers?
No, it wasn't me. I don't know.
You don't know who ordered the Ubers?
No, I don't have an Uber app or anything.
Okay.
It might have been Ed, I guess.
Might have been who?
Ed.
Okay. When you were engaged in your activities at the Capitol, including the tasering of Officer Fanone, including the breaking into the Capitol, there's a part of you that believed that this may be a Civil War moment where you had to be part of the necessary group of people that were going to repel the evil to make sure that our United States and our Constitution would survive, right? And so when you did...
Am I mental? Am I just that stupid? I mean, yes.
Listen, Danny, I think you just made some bad choices, man.
Did we all really just... Are we all that stupid that we thought we were going to go do this and save the country and it was all going to be fine after? We really thought that. That's how stupid, huh?
You did think that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we really thought that we were doing the right thing, that we were going to... Yeah.
And those the officers that were there, they were in your guys' way.
Yeah, we were just like, come on, get out of the way, guys. This is what we're...
So if they were in your way,
We're
you
with
guys
you
just
guys.
had to tase
Come
them.
on, guys. Be back to blue. You know how many times I've had to argue with people about backing the blue and the cops telling us at rallies, you know, stay on the sidewalk or it's time to get out of here or whatever, and I'm like, come on, guys, this is not how we back the blue. And I tased one of them. I don't know.
If you could say something to that officer, what would you say?
I'm sorry he had to go through that. It's not right that he had to suffer like that. We put fear in him and he worried about his life. He was scared for his own life and thought about having to kill us, and he was willing to die because of his beliefs too.
What were his beliefs?
That he was standing up against the racists or something, maybe like the Trump people are bad, and he felt he was doing the right thing too.
Do you think he was doing the right thing?
Yeah. He was doing his job.
Do you think you were doing the right thing in the moment?
Yeah, but not very confidently, I guess. When I tased him, I really... You know, like when you do something, you're like, God damn it, why did I do that? I got caught up in the moment, and I didn't really think. I didn't think about him and his family and what was going to happen to him. I should have protected him and stopped what was going on.
Danny, what should happen is somebody who assaults an officer and breaks into the Capitol. And by break, I mean illegally enters the Capitol. causes property damage in the Capitol? What should happen to somebody who does
Well, this kind of situation's never happened before. I don't know what should happen because there is a lot of brainwashing and manipulation and politics and a lot at stake, a lot of people's lives on the line and livelihoods and the future is on the line, and you know there's a lot of emotions when you get involved, when you feel like you're fighting evil, you're fighting pedophiles, and you have a lot of fire that gets lit inside you when you know that like if you see a dog or a child being beaten, and it's like you can only like take so much before you start to like feel responsible for not doing something.
On January 6th, did you feel it was your responsibility
I did.
to go there?
I did. I did. I thought that. Yes, I thought that I knew enough, or I knew better, and I thought that I was doing the right thing. I thought it was all going to be different. I thought Trump was going to stay president. I don't know. I just can't believe my life. What I did to it.
So what should happen to you?
You know, I don't really want to answer that because I don't.
That's fair.
I don't know if I can help what's gonna happen to me.
Okay.
Probably done too much talking today.
Is there anything that you want to change from any of your previous statements that you made to us? And I'm talking about changing from maybe something that wasn't truthful.
No, I have not lied. I've really not lied. Not about the gun. You said I have a gun. You guys, there was no gun at my house, right?
There's a gun.
There's a gun.
In my mom's room?
Mm-hmm.
She had a gun? A 45?
Yes, Dan. We're not lying about that.
You'll get to see a copy of the property evidence report and photos.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? She told me she's not allowed to have a gun.
She did.
See, when I went first to buy that Walther and I didn't get approved for the DOJ, originally I was buying the gun for my mom. It was a 22 for the house. I was like, we should just own a gun. I told her we should just own a gun for the house. And it was a 22. I was like, she shouldn't be scared of that. She should be comfortable with that. And I asked her, and I told her, I go, well, I got this gun. I paid for it, but I couldn't get my name. They wouldn't approve me or whatever. And I told her, well, let's put it in your name. And then that's when she told me she can't have a gun.
Okay.
So that's why when you said there's a gun, I didn't believe you.
So anything that you want to change, statement-wise?
I mean, nothing wise.
Anything you're not telling us that you know we would be interested in, as far as the involvement of your friends in this?
I mean, Edward and I were close at one point, but we don't even talk anymore. Like I said, I'm not into I don't follow the politics. If you even, I don't know, you guys look at my YouTube. I don't even watch a video.
Danny, that's not what I asked.
Not commenting.
That's not what I asked. Is there anything that you didn't tell us? Like, remember I talked about lies of omission? Is there anything that you want to let us know so we can tell the prosecutors, hey, actually, Danny came forward and he told us this, and he was being really helpful?
I would like to be more helpful, but I don't have any. What do you? I mean, if you ask me,
Did you
other
plant
stuff-
the pipe bombs?
Did I what?
Did you plant the pipe bombs that you
No.
found there?
I don't know if there was any pipe. No.
Did Ed?
No. I don't know anything about pipe bombs. I heard that there was pipe bombs from the news. I don't
Do you know any information about other people, other groups that took weapons and did things at the Capitol? Assaulted officers, injured officers?
Mm-mm.
Because that would be information that could help you out.
I don't know anything like that.
And just so you know, like I said, Danny, like, you know, complete honesty. We talked to a lot of people today, not just you.
Mm-hmm.
We executed a lot of search warrants.
They're lying about me saying that I'm threatening the president and stuff like that, though.
We executed a lot of search warrants,
Mm-hmm.
just like we did at your mom's house.
Mm-hmm.
We searched vehicles, houses, persons, and phones.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna find those information, those communications, even if it's deleted. The FBI is really good at finding information that's deleted. Because as you might know, if you delete a text or an app on a cell phone, it's not really deleted.
You guys found all those Clinton emails?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't have anything.
So honestly, Dan, you should be worried about yourself right now.
I'm really worried about, I'm probably, looking at 20 years or more? 40 years? 50 years? What am I doing? I'm going to die in prison?
No, like, the way it works is they take a look at all your charges, and they take a look at your prior criminal history, and whether or not you cooperated with the government, and all those things count towards credits, either for or against you. And if you go to a trial, at the end, then the judge issues a sentence, or if you plead out beforehand, then you negotiate a plea deal with the U.S. Attorney's Office. So it can go a lot of different ways. I can tell you right now, I think on the assault on a federal officer, I think your exposure, the sentence max is 20 years. But that's the statutory maximum that you would get if you had busted through the charts on all the offender scores and everything like that and had no cooperation credits. So that doesn't mean you're going to get 20 years. What you're actually facing is something underneath that, but what that will be, it all depends on what your criminal history is like. Like I said, if you cooperated with the government, if you entered in a plea agreement or not, all those things. And that's all stuff that you have to talk with your personal attorney over.
I have a good previous history.
That's why I was telling you I was trying to help you out, and that everything you need to tell us has to be the absolute truth and all the information.
It is.
Okay?
It's
I'm just giving you the free pass now.
It's-
Let you know.
It's been.
All right.
I have not.
If there's something that we look at that isn't mixing with your statements, or cell phone texts from Ed's phone, or Frischkorn's phone, or Reichschneider's phone, or do you want me to go on?
That's Kayla's last name.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying though? I'm trying to be all cards on the table right now, okay? And it's gonna hurt you, man, and you're already looking at a serious charge. So please let me help you. I don't want you to leave this room and say, shit, I should have told him this. Will this hurt me? Because what you're looking at, you don't want even the slightest chance of that happening. And those other guys over there, they're not looking at nearly what you're looking at. So if you're trying to help them out, they don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one that needs it.
Right. I don't.
They might be wheeling and dealing already.
I don't have any more information that I haven't told you. I've been truthful. I didn't know about the gun, and I've not done any threats. I've never threatened Gina. I never, or anybody, about talking. I've never, the worst thing I said about killing somebody was me dying. I said, over my dead body. I remember writing that or saying that to somebody. And I never, it was very weird because here I am supporting the president of the United States, Trump, and that's to me. I've been following Trump for a long time. It's like I know the guy. I watched him in The Apprentice, and I recognize this guy. I know him, like almost like an old friend, like someone I'm familiar with. And I don't really see him as the president. I don't really recognize that this is the highest. I mean, I do, but it's like this is an important person in the world, and I'm backing him up. But what about when he's replaced or gone? Now I'm the enemy of the most important person in the world, or whatever, with all this power, and it didn't register. I'm now the enemy, like as if I'm supporting Trump, but it didn't register in my mind. Like, what if I was against Trump? Like what are the consequences of like trying to overthrow a president or something, you know? And then I find myself in that position like that. Like first I'm trying to be the good guy. I think I'm the good guy. I want to be the good guy. And now I'm like the bad guy. And now it's like I just went after the president of the United States. Like that is not a joke. That's something like, hello, like what was I thinking? What am I doing? Like snap out of it. Like you're going after the highest office out there. Like you're delusional. What's wrong with you? Like FBI, CIA, Secret Service, like all these agencies and marshals and whoever's out there. It's like now I'm on the enemy list of all them. That's how stupid I am. I didn't realize. I don't know. I just didn't think. I didn't think it was gonna turn out like this. I thought who I thought the good guys are, or the good guys were gonna win. And I thought I was a good guy. Wanted to be a good guy.
We're gonna get you a property receipt for this. You have 597.
I can look for one.
Maybe just grab one real fast, and then
Is there any way I could talk to my mom?
no, not right now. You'll be able to when you get.
You mean when I go to jail?
Yeah, we're gonna take you down to the courthouse. You'll have an initial appearance today with the judge, where the judge will read you your charges, and you'll have an appointed legal counsel for you. And then the judge will order you. You won't have initial appearance today. You'll just be put on calendar, and they'll set over for an initial appearance for you, where you'll have legal counsel and all that stuff. So that you'll get access to a phone today. You'll be able to call her.
And if I don't know the number,
I can try to get it for you. I'm sure one of the agents who was interviewing her got her phone number, so I can write it down on a piece of paper for you.
I think it's 786-4860. I'm not gonna see freedom for at least 20 years from this moment forward. Huh?
That's not true. Some people get put out they get let out on pretrial release. You assaulted a federal officer, so it's going to be you have a tough battle there, but you got to talk with your attorney about those things.
My car, everything is gone. I mean, I'm not gonna. I lost everything then, huh?
I mean, it's all whatever is your possessions is your possessions. You can deal with that with your mom and you.
It's time for a new life oriented.
At any point, did you delete any evidence, any text messages, any communications after January 6th, thinking that we would be coming to seek that information?
Maybe. I don't remember any specifics, but I mean, you're gonna find it.
You did delete stuff, though?
No, I mean, I just delete stuff. Like, I don't, not on purpose or.
Did you go through your phone and delete photos or things inside your phone that were taken at the Capitol to try to hide the fact that you were there?
Yeah, but it's still on the phone. You'll find it.
You did delete though.
No, I didn't delete anything. I moved it to an SD card. The SD card's still on the phone. You'll find it.
Okay. Why'd you move it to the SD card?
Thinking that I would get away with it, but I already knew.
Okay.
So I guess no, it's no point. You guys are gonna get in the phone or find a picture, and you guys found all those other pictures, and
It's like one $10 bill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a money form, but he doesn't need that. He just needs to sign for the property on this. You and I will sign the money form when we book it in. So this will be held in our office as part of your property under your case investigation.
cool. I'll buy some soups.
No, it won't be in the Bureau of Prisons or in the Department of Corrections property. It'll be in government property here. You'll get a check back at the end of the conclusion of your case.
And then received by is us, right?
Yep.
I'm 20 years old.
And then just
Use it for the bus.
line through all this, just draw a diagonal line through all the spaces.
Is there really gonna be all these prison cells open for all of us, or what?
What are you talking about?
Is there enough room for all those 10,000 patriots?
Do you follow QAnon very much?
I don't. No, because it's
Just
not
so
anymore.
and just right here, one $10 bill, two $1 bill.
You were in the queue at some point?
Not really. It was too confusing and cloudy and disinformation from the beginning. There was multiple queues, so it couldn't be trusted.
Right.
But I am familiar with some of the topics of Q, and like the pedophile stuff.
Yeah, because you had mentioned something about pedophiles earlier, and so I was wondering if you were into the Q stuff with that.
Well, that stuff's been out there for a while. And
Pizzagate, all that? Are you into that stuff?
yeah, the pedogate thing. I was following the press. I was following that stuff before.
Do I need to make a copy of this name?
The receipt?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll book it with his property.
Okay. Let me make a copy real quick.
So is it the last time I'll see you guys?
No. I'll be around.
See you in court or what?
There's good potential for that, at least later on.
I'm gonna take it to trial.
Well, you certainly have your rights to do that. You can have a seat here. We'll be ready to go in a minute. Just don't sit on your hands. Just try to sit on the edge of the seat. There you go.
I guess I'll take my chances with the jury. Let's see how they feel.
Well, like I said, that you are certainly entitled to a jury trial, and that you are more than welcome to talk with your legal counsel about that.
Is my arrest record gonna affect me if I've had Oh wow. Yeah, I don't have that anymore. I don't have that orange bag.
That's the bag we were talking about, though, right?
Yeah, I didn't take that, but it's this hemp. No, that's mellow. The guy in the middle is the one who gave it to me.
And what was his name?
I don't know his name.
He's from LA, though?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Those are the same pants you got on right now, huh?
Yep.
You gotta be mellow.
That's mellow.
Yeah, and this is a guy from LA who doesn't know his name.
Okay. Who is that Swedish scarf guy?
That's that guy.
Is that him?
Yeah. I
That's
don't know
him?
him, no.
You don't know his real name?
He doesn't have a Swedish accent.
It's just a scarf. I think that's why they're calling him that.
So you're looking for him too?
Somebody is, not me. I just heard about it, so I was just curious.
You guys are just assigned to me only?
Yeah, they give us cases, and we just, do our jobs.
Can I take my water?
No, because you'll be able to get stuff over at the Marshalls. Hold on. Stay here for a second. Are we gonna transport right now?
Yeah. Let me take this to Eric. Or
You can go ahead and have a seat. He's gotta run.
If I call my mom and I tell her, ask her to call Kaylin,
Mm-hmm.
and tell Kaylin, and I tell my mom to tell Kaylin that they're watching her, is that illegal, or am I gonna get in trouble?
Yeah. So at this point, if you say anything to anybody who you think is a witness for the government that the government may want to talk to, so any of your associates, anybody who's in the Telegram channels, anybody who could have a piece of information, and you tell them the FBI's onto you, don't talk to them, you do anything that could impede my investigation, that would be obstruction of justice. So that's another federal felony. So you don't want to probably engage in that kind of behavior.
Are you guys gonna go after Kaylin?
Well, we're going to follow the evidence. So if the evidence shows that she committed a crime, then yeah, she's going to be.
She didn't commit a crime.
Okay, well, then you don't have anything to worry about, right? We don't make things up. We don't make up cases on people. We just follow evidence and let the evidence speak for itself. That's how we do our cases.
What about Edward? You guys haven't gone after Edward?
Well, like I said, we're talking to a lot of people today. A lot of people got search warrants. So a lot of people got talked to. So what happens with those people in the future? It's all dependent upon the courts.
So all you guys are FBI? Did I see up here? That's cool. I didn't know you. You guys were like normal plainclothes looking guys. You guys could have been following me the whole time.
Could have been. Could have been.
So it doesn't sound very good, my case, huh?
I'm sorry?
My case doesn't sound very good for me, huh?
Well, I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, you admitted to a lot of the facts that we had talked about in here, and so...
Will that help me?
What's that?
Will that help me?
Well, I think... Thank you. I think your honesty and that puts you in a position where we can go to the prosecutor and say, hey, look, he provided us with a statement. You know, here's the facts that he gave us, and, you know, so you have to then talk with your defense attorney and figure out if you guys want to enter into a cooperation agreement with the government, or you want to fight the case and take it to trial. So the way your cooperation in this interview would help you is to show continued cooperation in the future, and that, you know, like I said, the law requires that the government give you credit for cooperating with them. It's called part of the sentencing guidelines for the federal law. It says that if you give credits or if you cooperate, then you can get credit for a reduction on your sentence. So, you ready? Hang tight here.